Lengkhat Piraksi Sri Ningthau Gongjam Ibungo Chaubi Singh, Executive Editor, Manipur Mail. Mathangda Lengkhat Piraksi Dr. N. Subodha, President, Imphal Obstetric and Gynecological Society, Manipur. Amadi Lengkhat Piraksi ngasi gi panel discussion asida moderator gi thaudang pubi gadaba Dr. James Elangbam, Secretary, Indian Medical Association, Manipur State Branch. Panelist amadi moderator bu amuk hanna nolukchari thauram makha chatharakpa oina daista lengsin biriba mayambu Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch ki tarapdagi khudol macha amamam tambagi tanja laujage. Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch ki volunteer sing na khudol sing asi tambigani. Sri Khaidem Mani, mathang adum pibiro akoi volunteer sing na. Sri Clay Khongsai, Sri Bablu Loitongbam, Sri Athauba, Sri Ibungo Chaubi, Dr. Subodha, amadi Dr. James Elangbam, thauram asigi moderator oibigani. Thagachari, thauram makha chatharakpa oina Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch ki President Dr. Jugindra Sorokhaibam na welcome address pibigani. Masigi damakta Dr. Jugindra Sorokhaibam bu kausanjari.
Good afternoon. Ahan mamaktada tinbiriba mayam punamaku ikok nonjandra khoramjari ikai khumnaba uchari. Ngasi April ki tang tara sida khoina Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch na sinjaba program asi the supreme sacrifice of Dr. Archana Sharma masiga loinana lakadoba madugi consequences maduda khana nainabagi thoramsi akoina sinjabada lingbi lakliba panelists aikoigi iramdam sigi saknairaba panelists singu hanuktada tarana ukchari Khwahamada Sir Khaidem Mani, Sir Chairperson, Manipur Human Rights Commission, Mayamna Khangbirabani, Manipur Human Rights Commission gi yam chawna thau pubiri amasung yamna experienced senior advocate onasu iramdam sigi khana nainaba matang sida isana saruk yadna idea mayam pidana akoida nuchingbiri sir namatam kaithok pidana hatang lengbirakpa yam nuwajai. Thank you sir for joining and welcome to this program. Mathang the Sir Clay Khongsai, a well-known police officer of Manipur, especially police ki training da khwadi ki achoba thoina su pubiriba chingraba numit sida Sunday sida matam kaithokpiduna sigumba khana nainabsida saruk yabigani soidana yabigani haraktuna akoina hajarubada yamna hara horong yabiraktana lakpirisi akoi thagachari. Thank you so much for coming, and welcome to you, sir, to this program. We hope to learn a lot from you. Yamna society ki police ki oiba adungba thoram sing tawgadaba sing se akoi sardagi taminasi. Mr. Bablu Loitongba mayamna su dum khangbire akoigi human rights activist issues kya ama pokhaltana iramdam sigi khana nainabada malemda sigi sakta nanaba yamna activist chauna thokubiriba Mr. Bablu Loitongbam, Director Human Rights Alert Husu ahakna taramna okchari amasung welcome taujari. Thank you for coming for this program to share your thoughts. Mr. Ibungo Chobi, journalist, editor, aduga editor and media ki person sing si represent taraga ngasi akhoi gi rakta sigi panel discussion sida media ki role na karino sigumba khana nainaba sida aduga society da kari role lagodamna habi sigi matang da thambina ba akoin hajaru da lengbirakpa yamna thagachari. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome to the program. Mr. Athoba, Mr. Khurajam Athoba, Vice President IPSA, very strong social activist, society ki maramda kari kari kamaina karamna akhoi si behavior legdamna habi khana naina basta sig social aspect ma yam chauna yauri sigi discussion sida masida khoina kawjaru da yam harauna yabiraktana ngasi lengbirakpa yamna noajai. Thank you so much for joining us for this program and welcome to the program. Thank you. I next welcome Dr. N. Subodha, a senior gynecologist and representing not only the gynecologists but also the doctor community. Akoigi doctor community na hujik thengnari ba society ki oiba adumba wafam si karino habasi mayamda su thambina ba Dr. Subodha bu, especially so because of Dr. Archana Sharma gi mari lena di Dr. Archana Sharma si gynecologist ni masamak se duna Dr. Subodha gynecologist oibnina si matang su personally moida feel taramgne habagi wafam sida thamaga masigi program sida hajarubda yabirakpa amasung program silengbirakpa. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome to the program. Dr. James Langwam, Honorary State Secretary of Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch, masamaksu gynecologist ni aduga aikhoina hojik IMN asingba sinba program sida thawai hakchang yauna masigi program si conduct taunaba chongthoga hojik thabak tawbiri. Welcome to the program and thank you for all your efforts, Dr. James, and hojik program si makha taminasi. Mang the Linghin Virba Koigi, senior IMA members, past presidents, Mayam, Dr. Dhabli, Sir Mohen, all other IMA members, senior members, all other IMA members, dear colleagues, other invitees, media ki persons, Mayam Linghin Virba, Adugangasi Koigi program say live on a telecast of Buddha, Saruk Yabiriba, media ki persons, Tom TV, Emerson, Impact TV ki. Lakpiriba Singh Sidhu, ate atopa media ki personal Lakpiriba Singh print and electronic media ki members Singh Sidhu ahan muktada taram okchari. Thank you for coming to take part in this program and all other people invitees me amning rakpa am thagachari. Keynote address on Dr. James na hariba issues ki matang da kharasu hena kupna thambigani adubu haurakpa oina haudokpa oina aina as president of Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch ngasi sinjariba khoi program sigi maram sig matang da wahi anidang thamjaningi hariba issue se Dr. Archana Sharma mahakna yamna critical oiba aruba cesarean section ama tawra matungda hariba lady si leihidaba matungda mangonda police na public na media persons na adegi political leaders na ot naibadu naibagi matang sida mana khangma ngamdana suicide tawgiba Rajasthan da masina khoina Indian Medical Association at national level hojik tawriba program se mana iramba magi letter akhoi adusu pathok chagani suicide note mana irambadu da yauri siumba se India da doctor harass tawbagi siumba chathabasi amu hanna tawbiganu ai siraba matungda haina admana wahai se thambirami magi suicide note ta aduna Indian Medical Association la khalaisi hojik matung taba doctor singna kari tawba darkar tai aduga society ki members mayamna kari tawba darkar tai lawmakers na kari tawba darkar tai police ki na department na kari tawba darkar tai haibana chingba singum se practical oina tawgodaba thabak singsi matung taba se khoi amamam list out tawraga madu changchalaga singum thaudok si amu hanna thoktanaba doctor ma suicide tawgi bhaib se society ki akhoi gi behavior sida kham thengaba adumba wafam du yaure habigi point ne khone thamjari si aduna sigi si at least Dr. Archana Sharma gi matungda iramdam sida India da especially so Manipur da singumba amu hanna thohaloi si habigi wafam da ngasi gi panel discussion se khona sinjaraga ngasi IMA Manipur State Branch na expect tawjari si panelists tangi khona khanga doibsi matung taba practical oiba steps 1 2 3 kari kari tawsige habado khoi khana nenarga chalk out tawsi aduga khongthang se khongchat se chatpa hausigi wafam nei maramdi akhona sigi conditions se situations se naina base naina dana dum lai forum kya da naina khre panel kya da media ki TV panel me amda karak discuss tawre adu phol se masigi goal chanbagi thabak se ona tenaba ngakta lo ne sum taw leiri aduna hojik akhoi practically positive oiba points sing se mayam dagi khone taraga lokhalaga henceforth akhoi steps sing se lokhat minasi adu simba thodok se mo hana tholoi se habi bakun thamaga ngasi gi program se hauna bai Dr. James ta sinajage mangoina na ngasi gi program se haudringa da for the respect of Dr. Archana Sharma mayam da aina request tau jage minute amatang di akhoi silence ama maintain tawraga magi atma gi shanti damakta akhoi minute amtang di silence amtang thamsi madu matung da akhoi program house. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Manipur State. Before I start the session, may I request a sound person, Bablu, to kindly distribute each microphone to each of the speakers. I'd request the panelists to kindly test the mics. Ahanba maktada mayamna mic test tobiri matamsida Archana Sharma, Dr. Archana Sharma gi ngasigi panel discussion si why is it so important to us, not only to the doctor fraternity but also to the society, the judiciary, the executionary, the civil society, the human rights organizations, the press media, and the society as a whole. Dr. Archana Sharma si gynecologist, Rajasthan gi mafam amada Anand Hospital mai Mapuroi baga hospital lama hangdokche. Madaiduda patient ama chahi kunithoi gi nupi ama angang ahum laikraba mari suba angang si ahum si nupi macha ngakta oiba. All 3 daughters were delivered to this particular patient. So they wanted to try a 4th pregnancy, thinking that it might be a boy child. Society gi masigi wakhan sisu amuktang khantabiraga yengbiu nupi si akoina akoigi kai haitare hojiki mayam si women empowerment on one side, on the other side musagi nupi mirai biriba laitho iba nupa gi angang tanaba masigi. As long as this tradition continues, I think doctor ga, especially the gynecological forum and the society will be at large. Sigi mangonda request toraga cesarean section to biu hana koi hanagi mamangi ani du cesarean section toraga delivery tawgibzani. One of them was a twin baby. Ado handaki si to matungda operation tawra matungi sidai e hadharaga mama si e hadhaman gidana. In spite of giving 2 blood transfusions, the mother expired on the 28th of March 2022. Masigi 28 same day the husband of the patient, after receiving the dead body and taking the dead body home, in connivance with some of the local factors who are in the power, makoi si akoi Manipur gi parlance ta haragadi Joint Action Committee haitare. Madugi Joint Action Committee gumba ama form toraga masi hospital duda pressurize tausi adagi dead body si accept toroisi haibagi mom sida dead body si amuk puraga with some akoi haitare demand in terms of monetary benefits madu taudragadi akoi accept to yaroi ka haibagi background sidisda makoina with some pressure from the local the power factors in connivance with the local police makoi FIR amma file to saleba howziki Dr. Archana sigi against ada sigi FIR si I think Sir Clay and Sir Khaidenmani will know better. So I don't know under what IPC, was it 302, was it 304A, was it 299? All the things that are rolling out in the Facebook includes all these 3 IPCs, 302, 304A and 299. Ada masigi kenosi tauraga non-bailable FIR keno lodge the way hai. Adu Dr. Nupisi saigi police station si da my imprisoned tauraga labor station da magi all the hard work that she had gone through in order to establish her practice masi maduda depression chat khidana adigi pakhat khidana masi the next day 29th I think in the morning late morning hang toraga suicide togre. The very fact that we are concentrating on Dr. Archana is not to deal in the case of Dr. Archana Sharma, but to act as an instigator or as an inspiration for us to learn from what we are going to face in the future due to all the conditions arising from the loss of Dr. Archana Sharma. Si hairaga ai han bagi si present tawzage aduga akoina khanagadoriba why this particular sensitization topic koi President Sir Kanona Jugindrona thambikre sigi mathak sidaisda we had a lot of discussions in the SWC, the State Working Committee of IMA. The Manipur Medicare Service Personnel and Medicare Service Institution Prevention of Violence and Damage to Property Act 2015. See, akoi Manipur da passed out as early as 2016. And the act oina passed out implementation process ta masi phajana chatnabasi akoi as doctor fraternity we do not see the implementation of this act in actual reality. So the purpose of this particular panel discussion is akoina anabasi yengingai di problem si leiduri kaigino da mortality leitaba doctor se anaba yengdaba doctor ama operation tawdaba doctor ama adu di patient si mai makut suksi siraroi aduga operation akoi gi tawba heitaba doctor ama ada operation bu tawraga di delivery bu tawraga di anaba bu yengaga di anaba sidi for due process of complications which are attached to that particular surgery there will be complications and there will be deaths ada masi kamain toraga koi problem si face to sige isi doctor akoi su ngaure judiciary su police su akoi gi social media su adagi akoi gi human rights ki su koi athoba sai poi gi su aduga society patient party gi akoi moi su ngaure kamain toraga masi akoi thingnaga dagi masu how to arrive at a solution at a conclusion to bring a cohesiveness as to how we are going to cater to the healthcare of Manipur in the future. Masi tang taba mo putok na ba ngasi ki discussion si number 1 madude aim tawjabani. Aduga akoy pulap punna at the end of the discussion we are going to arrive at some conclusions madu akoy putok charaga Sir Clay Khungsai, Sir Khaide Mani and all the other panelists changaga masi kamai execute tawgadage. The second thing is how to sensitize the judiciary system, how to sensitize the police department, how to sensitize the civil society organizations, the human rights, we doctors in large and the society as a whole. Masi da tauraga, masi akoina focus tawjaning bani last doctor singsina anaba yengwada mortality based sum dautaragadi anabasi yengning higadra, pining higadra, operation si tawning higadra. Just imagine, example a small hernia operation or a small appendicitis operation, the surgeon fears the mortality which is attached to that particular complicated, say for example, recurrent appendicitis, chronic appendicitis, nappaleiramani, thirindu hangdu kanda horani, patient sidokrani, doctor do tobiu yar. Sigi normal delivery ki cesarean section ki tawbasi Guwahati da chalaga patient khudingmak Manipur gi si chatpa ngamdoribra appendix operation ama tawu matamda Manipur da thaduoga Guwahati da Delhi da Kolkata da chatturibra. So in this particular context I'll first throw the question to Sir Suboda, our president of Imphal Ops and Gynae Society, to kindly highlight on this case and also his views on this particular case. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. James. I thank Indian Medical Association Manipur branch for including me in this learned panelists for the very important issue. Good afternoon, everybody. Today at 4 a.m., I conducted a delivery. It was a normal delivery, second baby for the mother. Actually, I had conducted delivery for her first baby also. So I went and conducted delivery, everything was normal. And I waited for some time, the patient delivery, and then I left all the instructions and left. And after some time I inquired again, and patient is okay, she has passed urine, she has taken her breakfast. At 9 o'clock I got a call, patient is having BP fall. My blood pressure fall, the patient is having excessive bleeding, and patient is having giddiness and almost fainting. I rushed to the hospital, and I found that patient had bleeding of more than 1,000 ml of blood. Uterus was not contracted. My womb uterus was not contracted. She had atonic PPH. She had postpartum hemorrhage. Luckily, I started the medications, and the patient became all right. But I never know, I may get a call when I'm sitting here that patient has started bleeding again. So this is the life of a doctor and a gynecologist. Unprecedented, unexpected complications, everything was normal. Kaisi problem laite na khallaga lehobani. Adu, as I was going to talk something about the death of the suicidal death of Dr. Archana, who had faced postpartum hemorrhage, postpartum bleeding for her patient. I had this problem. See, it can happen to anybody, to any doctor. Gynecologist or this type of complication can occur to any doctor, as all the doctor community who have assembled here and anywhere will appreciate. Aduna angang pokpa matamda postpartum bleeding, ngang delivery matungda bleeding tawbai si kayam na common oige si adum thengnaba mi singna doctor community adum khangani samagi manungda 5% generalized tawbada adu kayumba facility phajana leitaba mafamdadi even up to 10% or more si adum bleeding ji tawba yai. Delivery tawba matamda normal delivery subnagi vaginal delivery tawbada natragana cesarean tawbada bleeding di khara soina tawgani magi placenta naupam du separate tawrakpa kanda adu magi particular amount am lay aduna normal delivery dagi di cesarean tawba matamda bleeding ji khara henna tawi. Normal delivery da up to 500 ml ji accepted bleeding within the normal limit adumaina aduga cesarean na 1000 ml bo adudagi helagadi akoina postpartum bleeding da adugi definition ji yengaga up to 5% sama tawbada mangadi bleeding ji khara henna dum tawweba aduga akoina institution hospital sing institution gynecologist specialist labor mafam dadi active management of the third stage in koi angang delivery tawra matungda jalak thamayam ama tawraga phaniam di handan bangame du periphery gumba sigumba loina facility leitaba mafam dadi hen su amu tawi adu angang kano delivery tawai si nomada koi gi state da hundreds maybe 1000 delivery tawri si institution loina bak tawba rims jenims imphal gi ꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯉꯝꯕ ꯄꯣꯠ ꯅꯠꯇꯦ ꯃꯐꯝ ꯄꯦꯔꯤꯐꯦꯔꯤꯗ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯅꯤ ꯑꯌꯥꯝꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯝ ꯊꯣꯛꯇꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯝꯁꯤ ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯛꯑꯣꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯉꯝꯕ ꯄꯣꯠ ꯅꯠꯇꯦ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯛꯑꯒꯗꯤ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯝ ꯇꯧ ꯂꯛꯀꯤꯂꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯀꯦꯁ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯀꯦꯁꯁꯤꯗ ꯄꯦꯁꯦꯟꯇꯨ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯝ ꯊꯣꯛꯇꯗꯅ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯁꯦꯇꯜ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯂꯩ ꯑꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯑꯣꯕꯖꯔꯕ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯍꯤꯗꯥꯛꯅꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯋꯥꯠ ꯑꯦꯚꯔ ꯋꯤꯠ ꯑꯋꯔ ꯕꯦꯁꯏꯐꯔꯠꯁ may not control then we may have to give blood transfusion e kapa adagidi bleeding ji thingnaba hidakna yadragadi operative procedure tongan ba angang khau lokthokpa bau hysterectomy tawba bau darkar lerakpa yai aduga ultimately nothing may succeed and we may lose the patient adu ngasai gi 5% muk bleeding tawwa sigi manungda खरदी हेन सीरियस ओइरकदोइनेबा अदुग सीगी ब्लीडिंग तौबसिना अखोइगी मैटरनल मोर्टालिटी रेट एन अंगांग पोकपदा ममा सीबा मैटरनल मोर्टालिटी सी अखोइना कमाइना कैलकुलेट तौगे दा आउट ऑफ 100,000 लाइव बर्ड्स ममा कयाम सीगे फ्रॉम ऑल डिफरेंट कॉजेस को अदुग पर्टिकुलर टाइम अमदा सही अमगी मनुंगदा अदुमाइना कैलकुलेट तौई सिगिसी कोइना इंडिया की ओइना येंगबदा 2017-18 दा 113 per 100,000 population oirambadagi MMR si maternal mortality rate si 18-19 da 100 ka 3 da 10 handare adubu still loina ba prevent tawbadi ngamba bonate कहीं लिसिंग लाख डिलीवरी तौबदा चामुक्ति सीदोरीब लिसिंग तौबदा अदुम अखोइना कन्ब ngамदबा अदु याउरीब सिगुम्बा थोलक्पा मतमदा कनाना फॉल्ट सि कनाना तौरिनो डॉक्टर ना तौब्रा हॉस्पिटल ना तौब्रा हाइबगी क्वेश्चन अमा पब्लिक दसु मुइनदी खल्लेबा कनोगा अखोइगी एनी ऑपरेशन तौबदा जेमसनसु पनग्रे एनी सर्जरी तौबदा नत्रगन एनी प्रोसीजर तौबदा एनी कॉम्प्लिकेशन मागी एसोसिएटेड ओइबा रिकॉग्नाइज ओइबा कॉम्प्लिकेशन खरदे अदुम लैनेबा एनेस्थेसिया पीबदबु ओइरे ऑपरेशन तौब अदुदबु ओइरे नत्रगना मागी अते अते कॉम्प्लिकेशन हाना लेरंबा प्रॉब्लम अदुदगी ओरकबु ओइरे अदु तौरप मतमदा कमाइना पेशेंसी कनो तौरगदी लैगिद्रगदी नत्रगना एनी फेटल और वेरी डेट्रिमेंटल मागी कंसीक्वेंस लाकप कांदा फॉल्ट कनाना तौरिनो हाइबा करीद सोइबदगी तौरिनो हाइबसी थिगतपदी मथौ ताई अदुबु ऑलवेज सी डॉक्टर द नत्रगा हॉस्पिटल द कोई केयर पेशेंट की केयर गिवर सिंगसिदा मोइद ब्लेम तौबदी चुमदे अदु मिरोनबा अंगांग पोपो मतमददी मयामसिना खनरिजी अनलाइक खितंग स्पेसिफिक खितंग यूनिक ओइबदा दे डोंट कम टू अस एज पेशेंट्स डिलीवरी की लाकपा अंगांग पोपगी लाकपा सिंगसिदी पेशेंट ओइना मागी प्रॉब्लम कंप्लेन अनाबा अमा लैरगा लाकपा नते अदुबु थोकपा याबदी ngसागी पोस्टमार्टम ब्लीडिंग अदे अते तोपा कॉम्प्लिकेशन मयाम अमजु लैग्रे हेन्ना सिदगी जो हेन्ना सातीबा कोई disseminated intravascular coagulation गायगा ई कनो क्लॉट तौबा ngамदबगी प्रॉब्लम अदुगुम्बा थोलकपा केस मयामसु लै अदु सी थोलकपा मतमददी कैसु उपाय लैतबा डॉक्टर नसु हॉस्पिटल इंस्टीट्यूट तुगी मागी फैसिलिटी मयामदनसु कनबा ngамदबा अदुगुम्बा केस मयाम अमा लाई सीगी सी फजना यंगछलगा मरम दु करिनो कनाना सोइबनो वेदर तौगदौबा खरा तौहोगदबरा नत्रगना तौरोइदौबा तौब्रा कोई कमीशन वेदर देयर वाज एनी कमीशन और ओमिशन चेक्सल होगदौबदा चेक्सल होगदबरा नत्रगना ngसागी तौरोइदौबदा तौगिब्रा हाइबा अदुमबगी थिगतलगा अचुमरान थिगतलगा डॉक्टर सोइरोई हाइब नते को अखोइना डॉक्टर सिंजु चमानी मिस्टेक तौबा याई सिगी क्लोज मयाम अमा लैरी सिविल नेग्लिजेंस क्रिमिनल नेग्लिजेंस हैना अखोइना हाइबदे अदु थिगतलगा proper with proper investigation by a qualified team qualified person adu mayam du phajana thigalaga if the doctor is at fault adu natra hospital is at fault adu di magi phangmam thokpa punishment adu loina eno tawba yai adu natana hujiki archana gi case si da su patient si re do immediately moina FIR huzik lodge tawre si doctor singh gi magi phajana thabak si tawba ngamnaba in a safe and congenial environment adu da thabak tawba ngamnaba kanuna su akoi lengang na su magi ain mayam ama leiriba doctor singh da ekta without any investigation FIR lodge tawba ya Supreme Court ki verdict leiri akoi Manipur gi su zik hariba ekta kano the hospital amada patient ama soi si haibagi ekta thugaiba assault tawba si yade haiba mayam amdi leiri adu sigi case si akoina yenguragadi hariba law makers law enforcers si the political leader yauri hai police officer maham dugi station dugi aduna FIR lodge tawhalli adodi law semi badu if the law is broken by the lawmaker and law enforcers then what is left there adu sigi si India gi countries ki maham amna thoi akoi da thoi haibdi leite adu sigi protect tawnaba lalam magadi laliba potu tasengna doctor ma fault yamna hek yengba obvious oina adum lale haiba khangbasu yawi ko koi res ipsa locator aina doctor na malai the thing speaks for itself aina haidi nupa mi amna doctor amna operation surgeon amna operation tawra khung yet ta tawgada bu oirom do oina tawrame aran ba patient ta hangdo me operation tawrame natraga operation tawda manungda kati le hore mop le hore lasing le hore haragadi cheningai kesu leite doctor is at fault then whoever has done it has to get the punishment magi phangam thokpa adu adum phangani adu natabada koina ngasai gi karino tawriba ni procedure ma tawda problem de adum thokpa yaba mai complication doctor duna magi reasonable knowledge sin naraga skill sin naraga magi tawgada wa matam chana loina bak tawraga aduda tholakpa is kanu dudi complication dudi kanaju thingba ngam banati adu thigalaga matam chana maham chana tawraga ain gi oiba ethical oiba legal oiba rational oiba adugumba approach ama tawraga maduda aran bru thigat piu aduna tana ek kano tawda ai si tawra di sigi mop sina aingonda attack tawrak pa yai natraga aingonda aran ba kano ma panjalaga si tawrak pa yai hairagadi doctor community si na kamaina akoina wakal ji amna free hoina in a free and fair environment adu tawba ngammaroi yaba aduna aina sigi ahamda hygienic badi sumaina just like akoigi sigi certain sigi particular case se thoi ba sumaina any case ama akoina delivery gi bo oirasu operation ama taw oirasu doctor amana treatment ama heart ki treatment brain ki treatment mayam adu tawbada any problem when was the thok pa yai adu thoi badu fazana niyom chumna qualified person singna unbiased oiba judicious oiba inquiry ama tawbiraga maduda thidok piraga whatever aranba leiramba aduda whoever has done the wrong thing adu punishment away ai adu natana akoina by emotion sida adu prevent taunaba ek leiriba singdu maham chana niyom chumna strictly implement tawiraga akoigi hujiki practice tawriba doctor sing so hospital institute sing ji yamna achumba henna patient ki phagadawa mongda adumaina pusannaba ina sumaina hanbar thamjage.
Thank you, sir. Sir, na haibirisi koi sigi little gist pudokja bada problem leiragadi aranba thidokpinaba maduda inquiry chathaba logi matungina madugi matungina chathaba matamda kashu kaide aduga instant kangaroo court koigi joint action committee naga chingdana pressurize tawraga hospital amasung doctor ana laying chathariba healthcare professional nurses technicians mayamda apan bapi base masi yamna unfortunate oibani ai next sir bablu loitong bamda lakchage koi patient ama hek lakma matamda hospital da natraga ama doctor da mukone expect to receive medical treatment befitting the skill and the knowledge of a concerned doctor or healthcare workers. Ada akoigi average skill postgraduate doctor pass to mana madugi skill du piba madu lawnaba laineba doctor manakta or hospital manakta chatpa matamda ani subada moina kanotorisi anaba layeng basidisida there should be no harm as a result of carelessness, reckless decision or negligent behavior of the staff or the doctors in the hospital. Ada sige maipuna na mayamna khangbi doisi anaba layeng basida complication haibam lay negligence haibam lay. We tend to forge these two together all the time. We tend to confuse negligence with complication, and all complications are taken as negligence per se from the doctor's side. Masigi si mangoina na akoi FIR si lodge to bigre doctor sida or any doctor community. Ada masigi si akoi gi Supreme Court kenogi matungina FIR on any doctors and lawyers lodge to ba yade per se in the first instance unless akoi soigi committee ma form to raga mazi proven oidragadi. Lodge to gre jail changbagi keno to re. Sir, don't you think is it an impingement on the human rights of that particular person, in this case the doctor? And how do you think we are going to deal with it?
Thank you, James. Microphone. Thank you. Yeah, it's a very sad state of affair. Aduga Dr. Archanagi thulaiba situation say perhaps we cannot see it in isolation. Democracy oirambadagi akoigi se slowly we are moving towards a mobocracy haitare. Mob ne hekta grong rang tawraga yada yabagi pot number lakbase. This is a very unfortunate trend that we are seeing. Dr. Archanagi specific cases the FIR lodge tawdringaida huziki mandatorily required oriba expert opinion se logib the bra ise obviously masi logide hebsi adum obvious oiro report amani atopa mana masisda magi nupagi interview dadi mai nupana haise siriba patient gi imung si in fact they were very grateful to Dr. Archana mana yam kanna hotna bibadugi upai leite yam kanna di hotna birami hedana bawba hairamaga puraga chakrakanda yum yaurakanda certain vested interest group kharana masi akogi sagal aga tawdong tawi. They said Rajasthan ki sitting BJP Rajya Sabha ki MP ama yauna magi blessing makada extortion racket ama function tawramba aduga hairibe extortion racket sina sagal aga potse negligence ki potse tahan bane na hai aduga hujiki hairiba extortion racket haigadra obviously interest ti aina khanjabada we are trying to balance 3 or 4 interests here. One is obviously patients singna hujik James na haibi badumaina patient amana doctor da hospital lak pai se ai anabadudagi relief khara phangnanaba natraga services singdo phangnanabai lakpane aduna soidana casualty ema thokpai se emotions runs very high adu expectation du ningai rakpanina madwai da akoi kari haini patient gi maikai dagi di obviously nungai tabai se it's a very natural human nature haitare we cannot do away with it aduna perhaps one of the way out is sigi hospital sing da su masigi patients doctor relationship se kamaina manage tawgadagi haibasisu over and above treatment dugi mathakta how do we manage this sudden sense of loss any psychologist sing na su dum khangni ahamba da di aingonda sudden traumatic oiba loss ama phangbai se we tend to put blame on other we tend to first of all say this cannot happen to us but at the same time kanana tawbano haibado it takes a lot of time for people to take responsibility of it and accept adugi traumatic experience is the vested interest kharana daklauna trigger tomatamda moishu asaubadugi cycle du dum sakhiba tabani aduna ain khanjabada hujiki archana gi potsu adu mali koi of course full investigation tawbudina chedi koina media da kaida phangbada hujiki rackets sina already hujiki high rackets they are hand in glove with very powerful political forces they are hand in glove with the police establishment archana gi nupana mai nupi sire na suicide tawbugi complaint tawbu iba chatpa is madi police station na ngaira lei hai adu hujiki extortion racket sigi key operative amadi laaga police ka sa thakmina dana nokminna dana wari san lei hai so obviously power equation do adu da koi phajana uba phange madudi hairiba sigumba group ama leiraga moina for political reasons adumaina migi emotion me amdi amna high weighting ai du da manipulate tawraga moina they will pose themselves as leaders they will pose as themselves as saviors they will pose as if they are the one who needs to be fallen back when the system failed to respect or when doctor gi negligent la kan da haibagi potu sanabagi pot ama akoi da yam chauna obvious oina taje Supreme Court ki if we were actually a nation which is following rule of law laws if hasana follow tawba leibak ama oitaragadi Supreme Court is very clear on this akoina hujik kanona su James su panbigi ba Jacob Matthew versus State of Punjab and Supreme Court ki hearing lay adu the high say FIR for negligence cannot be registered unless police authorities obtain an expert opinion. It is stated that the police authorities are following a procedure, thereby they seek such opinion as DMC or MCI, Medical Council of India, before proceeding with registration of an FIR against a doctor for criminal negligence. Criminal negligence, though habasi police ne ekta assume to we deba because police have no expert knowledge. Aduna expert knowledge ama expert opinion logoda uni adu mathang da mok Delhi High Court na hujiki Supreme Court ki interpretation si MCI gakta dagi logda busi ai hedana mase atopa independent oiba medical opinion ama lobusi ai hedana high ki yawi madu yongtang pathok charake in Matthew Jacob the Supreme Court has directed before registering FIR the opinion of an expert and a competent doctor preferably one who is in the government service should be obtained. Clearly the investigating officer also has the option of obtaining the medical opinion from other expert before registering an FIR. It is not mandatory for the police authority to insist only on opinion of MDC/MCI for the purpose of registering FIR. In any case, hujiki negligent oidoira natraga mase tasengna inevitable oiba out of the doctor's control oidoira haibagi potsi it is not the policeman who is going to make that decision it has to be an expert body which has to make that it could be MCI or it could be other doctor as well haibagi potsima di Supreme Court ki position si am clear ni aduga hujigi archana ge situations that obviously this was never done aduga doctor su at the end of the day moishu mi ni na mangonda adugi magi ain tajabada maga mai nupagana tawriba hospital jisu achauba loan chawna lawraga tawbune na hai adugi mangon the stress and strains mayam leidana adum tho dorim no koi whole mina kari haibira kadorim no achawa sangsin kari haira kadorim no haibadugi madugi pressure mayam duni ma maksu Archana masamakse su gold medalist ni hai. So a very bright young doctor amana sumaina magi equilibrium du kaidana sumain tawdana tawham khangdana tawba haise. I think this is an occasion where we all need to reflect on very deeply the state of affair. Aduga huzik sigaktana yamna rare oiba episode su natte akoina uzabada doctor and healthcare worker mayamda karamba treatment tawi hebase covid ki matam dasu ahogi yamna eulogize ti tawiba TV da radio da di yam phazabsana haibiba aduga ground da di moidasu achobu discrimination tawba nungna thombagi kano da mohla changubada thodok mayam amasu dum uri aduna World Medical Association ki ahogi president na mana thadok pirakpa prime minister da irakpa message dasu masigi potse adum reflect tawi mana hairakpada Dr. Heidi Steinmeier hey mana hairakpada it must be clear that any treatment outcome that is detrimental to the or fatal must first be properly and professionally examined before conclusions about civil and criminal liabilities can be made. Utmost attention must be given to an unbiased, scientific, correct process in dealing with unwanted treatment outcomes. An apparent ambiguous legal situation prevails. Huziki Archanagi cases the deal to yamna clear legal procedure follow to the bagi ambivalent or ambiguous or situation ama laire aduna masigi potse amuk hanna thok tananaba masigi clarity ama laiba yam tangai phade hebese akogi domestically IMA khaktana tabada World Medical Association su yam kanna haibire countering non-negligent treatment errors with prosecution in the first place is not only unjust but will also have grave consequences for the treatment of the population, as it will lead to the risk avoiding defensive medicine and as such to reduce treatment options for seriously ill or endangered patients. Medical profession is not just another profession. The danger is akoi loina doctor gi makhuta loin doctors ingi behavior su hongakani ngasagi case to avoid tawnana bo honarakpada akoi da phangadoriba population da phangadoriba optimum treatment do phangaktaba yai habagi danger ama saista tholi aduna ngasagi hekta doctor nabu soiragadi hekta soiba soidaba su khangde tasenga soiragadi atopa mani ada unavoidable oiba situation do lakpa taragadi unavoidable oiba harm cause torokpa matamda adumaina hekta prosecution tawba taragadi luriba potse doctor khakta mangjabada natana the entire population su soidana masigi burden si the whole population have to bear the burden, because at the end of the day every person has to go and seek help from the doctor at some point of time habigi potsini aduna masigi matamda matangda I think there should be ambiguity si thamdaba. There needs to be absolute clarity based on ethical and legal principles which are established by the Supreme Court. Aduga aroibada aina haijening basi akhoi gisu Manipur gisu 2016 da ngasagi akhoi gi dosi yam toina GAC sembagi potsi thokpanina hekta kanota mob tawraga hekta thugai ko kaiba taw taragadi 3 years imprisonment aduga 50,000 fine hauba lawba yabagi law si fazana leire masi kadai ba we enforce tawrigen taga tawdage haibaduna atopa mani adumakpu amaromda I mean I'm trying to push the idea about I'm trying to advocate the rights of the physicians, but at the same time aina amuk appeal tawjening badi with power comes responsibility haiba potumasu akhoina ningsing badarkar oi, because doctors are having perhaps the power next to God to change health situation hongba mi sigadabudu hingathamba ngamba adugi power ni aduna doctor singnasu with that sense of responsibility tawde haiba nate, but being human, we need to be reminded constantly about ngasai hek hobudagi hongna Hippocrates quote ki wafam lady doctor na su follow tawdaba quote mayamam lady aduga patients ki treatment se huzik yam unfortunately commodification ki port na moin oirakpa. Everything has to be determined paisa thakta da determined tawrakpa ngasai gi as a social obligation ama oina uraktaba money minting machine ama oina urakpa kharasu yaubra maduna su sometimes patients sing da aduga generally society as a whole da doctors se hana lairamba completely service oriented oirambadagi is it becoming some kind of a money minting exercise haibasisu prajada ngasi hangakta nate aduna akoina khanjabada this is also something that the medical practitioners also need to reflect internally and see how much are we contributing to the society. On the one hand, we expect patients also to be patient, understand the difficulties in which doctors are operating in highly difficult situation. At the same time, doctors sing nasu magi diligence, due diligence and care for the patients. After all, aigi life si doctor gi kutta sinarabani maduda akoi loinamak hekta paisada mantik na banataba akoi loinamak si hekta legal framework si masi effectively implement taunana ba masi khangminana ba ngasi IMA na sinbi dana sumaina Archana gi yam unfortunate tragedies gi akoi mayam tana tikna bagi opportunity ama phangjabasi yam nungaijai aingonda su it was a learning experience for me sigi matang da haifet tigat charubada adu ngasi ngasi television da huren kanoda akogi telephone da yeng bigadori basing da su masigi realization doctor singi difficulties doctor singi right amadi health practitioners sing da su mukhogi tobum thopul responsibility si har hena mapung phaba and at the same time law enforcement agencies sing da su moina medical profession gumba ma dil torpa matamda magi lobham thokpa precautions care amadi due diligence to launaragadi akoi se khare hena tongan ba component of the society se khare hena nungsi chanana leiminaba
akoi gi keno se akoi gi police station si da akoi gi FIR ngasai keno na su haibi gre tong bablu na su haibi gre sir subodan su haibi gre da sigi FIR panba yaba yadaba adegi kermain toraga masi execute togadage the police station singsida especially in Manipur's context masi akoi kamaina sensitize togadage adu sargi kitang input pibiu so that we together along with IMA and your department how to bring a change in this regard aduga sir hoigi training su laibiribnina sensitization tawba matamda akoi gi IMA gi site sida kitang involvement akoi gi input su khara yauhan jaba yagadra madum da su ay hangjage sa
hello taika thank you Dr. James. Thank you Dr. James and my very distinguished panelists, aduga very senior doctors and members of the IMA. First of all, it's a very unfortunate thing about Dr. Archana. And when I went through some of the newspaper reports, I think the way things are, of course, it depends from place to place, state to state, and situation to situation also. But perhaps what was written in those papers, I have no way of authenticating also, but a lot of allegations seems to be there also. But I cannot speak for what happened in another state. In the context of Manipur, I would like to say that perhaps there has been no report of the kind of situation that has taken place over there. Maybe there may be a variation, there may be some other kinds of allegations made to doctors. And Haining is the Maru. And somehow that seems to be later on settled also. The point over here is sometimes, yes, I think we drives a vehicle. He has no intention of hitting anyone. But an accident takes place also. But often the charges made by the victim side is that thawoina tawbra natraga compensate tawbiu haibi wafam se dum laeba. So it's the same case with what is happening with the doctor fraternity also. Whenever there's a death due to operations, especially relating to this delivery and not necessarily delivery, also in other situations also, there is a tendency to blame that there must be some kind of negligence from the doctor's side. Aduna patient's side. Adum laira'i aduga akhayna hojikta sum thengna basida adumba lairakpaduda police na paw phangadi akhoi we take due action also. We prevent such crimes from taking place also. And because of these frequent incidents, hojiki hairiba masida Manipur Medical Service Personnel and Medicare Service Institution, Prevention of Violence and Damage to Property, Manipur Act number 3 of 2016 say, Masigi mamang sida amal laibane. There's an order by the Health Department. This is, of course, post the Matthew, I think it was Matthew, no? Matthew versus State of Punjab. And following that, this order was issued by the Health Department, constituting members of board wherein the Director of Health Services is a chairman and specialist doctors, at least one in the relevant branch of medical practice to be recused. Lairibasiga hojiki Manipur Medical Welfare Service Personnel and this institute masigi act siga adum correlated oibaneba. Asina tak pasidi I'll just read out report to the adum lausin gani lausin badu hojiki health department de iraga masigi da committee ama form to biraga as per the order number so and so and so aduga thigat piraga taseng na madu da aphang bagi whatever finding madugi makhata na akoina action low khat kani haina di tobani. There have been quite a few instances where such reports we received. We do not lodge any case, but we received the complaint, and based on that we write to the health department also. Somehow, correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't seen any report coming back also, because perhaps it's because occasionally it has been settled also. We all know each other left and right. The peculiarity and perhaps sometimes the advantage is also that sometimes we have relatives in the hospital, sometimes we have relatives on the other side, sometimes we know somebody else on the other side. Like that, but whatever it is, we do sensitize our police personnel. In fact, I was personally I remember personally even sensitizing this because I was the SP that time and later on DIG at that time also. And these things were like given to us. We were endorsed the copies and we gave to each SPs because they are the first ones who need to sensitize the OC, the police stations, SHOs also. Aduna masigi matangda I mean, it is our endeavor also that we do not make mistakes also. Sometimes we do make mistakes. Sometimes OC anobudu kanagumba kadai dino laga masigumba ge sensitization the yauram daba khangam dadana mane loksil lamaga leragasu. It can happen. And thankfully it has not happened so far. We are here to correct also, and we will ensure that we abide by the government's order also. And the training part also, it is not just this one. We do impart training in various aspects, including human rights also. My colleague Bablu is here. And we also impart training on various other points, and we sensitize our police personnel on many other aspects also. I'll be happy that if we ever have any training session or workshop related to this also, I'm sure like we can invite a doctor also to sensitize us there, and that will make a lot of difference also. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Clay Khongsaigi, yam supportive oiba wa mayam sitapada. Already sensitization we department police department already sargi matamda tokre mayamzu ayambana SP mayam OC mayam loina tokre. It's a very heartening incident. And thankfully, as per Sir, we do not have any such kind of incidents which are registered in Manipur till now. And I hope it doesn't start an example in the next few years or months. Mathang si ay ako'y athogba kuray jamda lakjage. Ako'y gi hujik mayam na kano na su Sir Bablu na su haibikre. Is it because of commodification of medical treatment? There is something wrong in the atmosphere? Or is it because of inadequate knowledge of what is a complication associated with a certain treatment or procedure, and what is negligence? Kanogi medical kanogi matungina negligence willfully wrong kanoma treatment tawbada some wrong decision, some wrong diagnosis, some wrong operations maduda tawragadi, that is negligence. The second thing is haiba aigi filda haiba potuda aina tawdabada aina haitaba film da tawsaluraba, that also is negligence. Besides that, whatever happens in a surgery, supposing we cesarean namatore, cesarean namatoba sidisda ahanba machapokpa cesarean siga, anirak lenba cesarean siga, ahumlak suba cesarean siga, aduki matik kenaba leigreb. So complication differs from what we expect in the first operation in comparison to the second cesarean, in comparison to the third cesarean. Aigi, for example, I case something pizage operation se huzikansi anabanazu normal deliveries in the toningdre. Na basi kita hang nabaga doctor sidore len biro. Ada masi lele doctor na paisa am lojaning bataba. Lendre sidora bokta asukyan nan minungsi khangdaba doctor kaido bagi mangon mai mana kasali no maji phataba doctor ni chatkano. So we are at a crux. Masigi potsi Shinara, the JAC formation in the society is rampant. Why is the formation of JAC in Manipur so rampant? What is the role and responsibility of JAC towards the society of Manipur and towards the patient party as a whole? Aduga, how to reduce and avoid the formation of such JAC? This is the way Sarathobana. Kitang elucidate to you.
Hello, check. Johnny Koshidum. Tap, okay. Well, okay. Thank you, Ima, for inviting me and making me be a part of this panel discussion. First of all, I would like to my due respect to all the panel members and everyone present in this hall. Dr. James na? Okay. Okay, thank you. Dr. James na han bahang biba maroina panbikiba points mayam do. Adugi aspect mayam do. I think all those points are also contributing. Sigi situation je lakpada adugi contribution di loina khara dum loi yawe na lawe ada emergence of JACCD. It's not just about koi health care issue banada institution sing da thokpa incident khaktagi natana JACCD koi gi Manipur da it's a supermarket of JAC. JAC ja marang kai adubu JAC marang kai gi maram si Magi emergence of JAC in our state and society is because of koi sir clay budi yauri because of the law enforcement koi gi system se machina right time da right way da tuna deliver to ngam da baduna maram oirakanda people singi marak tagi it's better to handle the case by our own rather than handing over to the law enforcement koi gi system and high bagi trust deficit ama confidence lerak ta bagi maram duna every gari thombagi su then huran ba pha bagi oiro any incident sing sida JAC or mob justice ana mayam na hainariba miyam je hauraga hekta kahata system ji makut pairaga deliver tawning bagi kano ma tendency ma ekogi society sida lerak paduna then ekogi judiciary system na su ekogi justice deliver tawuda matam yam na halaga ekogi culprit to sigra matungda accused to sigra matungda justice tholopa gumbagi mayam se leibanina madugi thajabadu mangak paduna public singna impatient oirakpa haigadra natragana adugi maram dudagi JAC se loina mak tholak padai su mathang every sector sida sum changsalak last hujiki one of the most divine institutions ne na hairiba health care facilities providers mayam sigi institution da su changsalak pane na idi main lokje aduna masi ekoina han da yeng bigadu si whole incident of course Archana Sharma gi magi incident sina it's another koigi kahata red koigi red alert to the healthcare koigi professionals mayam gi moigi life and moigi profession da red alert ama mukpi bane hedana koi dum lobi ai and masigi incident sidagi koina kahata re masidagi koina note to horakanda we can move on with more kahata immune oiba system mama hena kahata koigi efficient oiba mawongda system mama koi develop to hona na bagi ekoi hona daba yada bagi phibam mama leire habadu mudi ai akoi khudimok to feel tawre adubu number 1 da aina concern oibasi ai horen tawba yaba khara dusu ngasai habi be dumaina ai suggestion khara dum ai puthok charamge adubu adu lakchadringi mamang da I just want to bring out some points koina thengnajaba haitare things that we all needs to ponder upon is why there is a degradation in the relationship between public and the healthcare professionals. Kadai dagi no masi degrade tawre ise. Masi koi mun na yeng dabe aroi. Patient ama lying aga laiki dabe se. Masi this could be considered as a natural process. Madam, the doctors never think about killing his patient. First kanoda. Mana sigadu is there should be certain natural cause, natural force, which doctor cannot, avoid it in any ways. Magi lejaba skills mayam, magi experience mayam, panayam honaragasu ngam dadana mi se laita bahibase. It's very much a natural process. Adubu sigi natural process se patient party and the general popular opinion da natural nate. There is someone responsible hedana doctor sing da healthcare professional sing da meeting ama yengai se kaido badagino. Why there is a trust deficit between the healthcare professionals and the general public? Haibase masimadi ekoi retrospection nama padana tawdabe yaroi. Aduna naturally sijarba natraga sigadorba mi ama sirakpa matamda doctor da maran pi da nabagi maram ekoi honage hai taragadi we should build up a trust. Aiga aina doctor oiragadi aina aigi patient gi party amadi patient ga aiga gi marakta lainagadab relationship sida trust building si yam mathau tae. Trust building habisi aina chumnagi wahina aingonda thajaba thamu aina honagani habadu natana through my conduct. Aina patient nama kahata mondagi certain investigation chathabada ma unabada patient party unabada how do we behave? I think the case is complicated. Did we reveal all the magi patient do magi status haijatare magi life development health ki magi development do akoina matam chana patient party da madu inform tawrakanda patient party sing do anticipate tawjaba yaw pot khar laineba as doctor na hairei ba sigi stage yoragadi akoi han silusala ai ana ba silusala ai gi phibam chara ka dor male natra phagala ka dor male habisi sum khangal laga level after level sum inform tawraga chatlagadi patient party na su how did it went wrong, where did it went wrong haibasi mangonda su masa mathanta magi own analysis ama observation ama piba ngamna bagi mangonda capacity ma lakane ba aduna dana completely akoina blank ta thamgraga horen honari na haira thamakanda horen patient du yadra kanda puthok ta sunya yaro har matam tu puthok taragadi what were you doing all this time haibagi patient party dagi tonganba reaction ama thoeba and hojik phobada akoi sense ta su victim ki party dagidi we have received so many complaints sir. But ekoi healthcare professional institution natraga healthcare providers ki party dagi ekoi da any incident namagi causes and reason do phajana tholok padi ekoi kaya ugi de ekoi da su receive to wi chang si yam name aduna sigi pochi lak taragadi ekoi na ani mak tu gi consoling tongna bagi opportunity ju phangani khaleba complain di adum every any hospitals I see private OBI then government hospitals OBI anywhere clinic to OBI adum laeba patient party ki pain the ban natraga asoi bagi si bagi bu ero critical oisalak bagi ero any cases low in lae but high river institution particular establishment do dagi madugi kahta clarification or reason phajana substantiate toroga thadorok bagi chang sina khara nemba aduna maram oirakanda sum adugi pause su matang sandongna kibaduna last di hojikti popular opinion noina general opinion noina ekoi healthcare professional gi magi ethics ta magi conduct ta adom doina loina ma questions changjan gi bagi maming khok ta ba hai tare aduna masigi pochi ekoi maruena Indian Medical Association ekoi Manipur gi chapter gi library ba ekoi gi professionals mayam ekoi doctors mayam na su masi amutang ekoi punna review to minara kanda kamaina public ta amuk hanai koi trust restore tongna bagi madugi koi initiative khara kanam mong da loba yage then every establishment lady singsida se OT da pusan khara matung dagi di koi ngasai gi dashboard amada magi updation do matam gi every maybe 30 minutes every 20 minutes tara every hour da update to piragadi patient party na manasu magi oiba calculation am tawjane ba on the development adu yam kana gani na idi adumaina khali aduna of course ekoi doctors community da highway wani ekoi na regulation nama natraga ekoi mayam na hekta certain guidelines ka semaga doctors ina align with sumai line ga dong ni na haiba ngambagi ekoi da ethic doctors powers are next to divine harini divine power to hek mathang da doctors da tarini aduna madugi divine power pai riba doctors community da ekoi na makoi gi character da makoi gi profession da makoi gi ethics da ekoi na yam na question tokshan ba yam na hangbuji jo koi da yam hangoi jaba makoi gi on discretion da moi gi wisdom da magi moral wisdom do da wena sina thoki bana pai na koi da su khanjaba du na ngasi phau da ekoi yam hardly doctor da ekoi wa hang bang ngang bu koi tau pam da sung tau de adubu masi hai hai da na masai tamu bablu na su hapet pan ba masi gi advantage se certain doctors kharan na su madugi advantage lower kanda misuse of magi power and magi privilege to lower kanda commodify tarupagi web amasu chatpra adugumba chatpaduna lairaba patient na consult to chatpa kanda advice ama lakpase hana ngachagi profit oriented kanrom da hana mai makok tu da phanana bagi advice people malakti Dr. James nu haibi dune surgery asidi ekoina social advocacy through social advocacy and through the consistent conduct of the doctors while treating the patients and consulting the patients adugi through the tapna masidi gradually develop to bunatana ekoi notice am thok hayeng dagi di ekoi full ethics da ekoi thabak tawrani na haibana yaro masidi ekoi develop to godabane ekoi day to day conduct aduna masi imana initiate to birakanda doctors mayam gi oiba ekoi gi some kind of ekoi gi police ki su sai sir clean hairi duni human rights ki lang matam ki update torokpa ideas me orientation police me tori human rights experts in koraga in the same line Dr. Singisu imana initiate bigadra then koi gi lady ba koi gi Dr. Regi ma lebi kari private Dr. Regi association ma lebi do ahapi yes ahapi gi lady ba group na to bigadra there should be a convention ekoi me am sumaina lebna re sumain tongna rasi haidana aduga pledging tawdana we need to pledge ourselves doctor masem to bigatamni ekoi na pledge to na mapande ki haibudu madu out of kano chatkani aduna doctor masem to bira kanda pledging to bidana convention to bidana madu ki conventional oiba yanaba magi makhada haiba idea myam se amtang ekoi tawraga practice to bo hose adagi ekoi na nungai jada ba ekoi da yam toina lakpa complaint amana se case ama khara critical oisala then mangonda multiple cases la multiple cases lag matam sida hana yengamba senior specialist doctors ina he or she don't want to consult further with any other doctors adu tumina lai hangure he has that ego problem aduna sagi board phaminaraga case ama study toba consult tominabagi covid ki matamda ai gi marup ai manaba sing na dana toba matamda kidney transplant patient oiba covid positive oisalakpa adagidi bp su lekhalakpa ado doctor ama khaktang na sum loina treatment tawudo kidney dong fail oidana hojik amu retransplant tawde yada film de lai doctor ani suna ahum suna amtang consult tawbiyo habese tawdaba aduna sigumba sing sisu at least ekoi yanabiraga group discussion doctors mayam gi physician ga surgeon ga then ekoi gi gynecologist ka mai gi case to punjal aga de du mayam do punna tana bibyogi tangai phadabu su leibra masi akoi da sum mi mayam amana sum haiba yam thengnare adu naha oiba doctor young generation gi doctor sing di group discussion si khara tawre through phone calls through video conferencing tana ba tingna ba khoi sum thengnare adu senior doctor sing di maroina specialist oiraba doctor sing di masi khara masing si khara handai anu sigum mayam se sum khara tawra aga di patient da madugi trust ama confidence ama ai develop tawuda mating pangani hadana thamjaningi aduna masigi retrospection simadi ai doctors community da healthcare providers mayam gi community da ai madum tang de ai aduma ai request tawjage then Dr. Archana Sharma gi masida this is also a sign of mob justice ni aduga system failure gi chobu indication ni maramdi lawmaker ama involved tawraga then law enforcing agency police involved tawraga doctors ama da hekta koina FIR palaga sumaina tawrombasi ekoi system sida su choba question mark ama lakpani aduna ekoi state ki kano da yengaga su ekoi na su masi ekoi system jina ekoi leriba judiciary then ekoi police adigi di leriba ekoi leriba sigi system gi lawmakers hariba mayam sina health care sector da leriba issues and problems and sigi hai khan ngasi khanariba incidental oiba siguma yamna nungai taba thodok mayam se masi kamdona handle tawnana ba makoi gi oiba chap chaba policy leige habase koi khangde sida hojik koi circle na puthopiraiba certain sections and magi act sing sidi these are too technical sidi am technical oiba poni sigi technical oiba pochiga from the life and death ki juncture da public na react torok pochiga ani si asagi kai hatare chusan na bada kitang waga da matang mayam ama leba ana mob ola kandadi even law na control to budo ware eba mamdi mob ai se mass participation neba mi ama anina commit to ba act oiragadi law duna control to ba ya neba but when the whole laikai whole colony involved toroka mob toroka andadi sagi law si useless oire eba aduna adai dudadi ekona hena important oire isi popular opinion ama popular consent ama popular idea ama sagat mina basina hena important oire eba aduna law enforcing agency ki ek ki law gi pochidi technical oiba podina masi matam gi oina law di evolve toropanina adum lakani but ekoina day to day JC mayam thoi adagi irang mayam hospital de attack to biba doctors ki mayum de attack to biba mayam tholei sidi these are masidi social kano moina kai hatare legitimize to get to man ba aduma makhal gi act ma oira bane and siguma pochidi ekoina through social advocacy through proper awareness through confidence building aduga ekoina tawriba doctor na patient na treat tawbada operate tawbada or mana any mana paikhat pathabak sidisda madugi logbook ama where every steps and decisions of the doctors and all others madu ekoina logbook ama da fajana accountable oina thamauragadi madu ekoina heng patient party da public da madu available oiragadi there won't be any moral reason for them to commit any act aranba violent oiba thabam tawbanga moeba aigi anaba mi si patient si kaidobodagi kamdona kamaina torokibuna doctor na kaya yamna phajana treat tawki habase madu logbook amagi through the ge koina moida uhanba khanganba ngamagadi phajana ai madu avoid phajana kaya tare madu handan mangamgani na thajaba thame aduna madu systematically expert mayam doctors in to bigadamni ekoi adu line changchalaga koina wakan khanbusu ngamde but mayam na khanna biro aduga madu logbook ama create torokana manually torsu yare aina sahijaba magi patient party mayam gi phambam duda dashboard ama toroga patient maming number toroga adeda sum update hando update to bira lore sumai lere si status lere si tore adana adu gadi patient duna anticipate to party duna anticipate to bungam ngane ai gi patient ji kadom chali ge habado treatment du to kanda aduna madu yamna mating oigani na khalle aduga aikogi sidesida number 1 da aikogi every I cannot do the mulak chage aikogi tawpa yaba aikogi suggestive action hai tare akoina masigi thogdok sing si handle tawbada amadi thohandanaba honabada ahanbada ai masi immediately covid ki matam da su aina aikogi kanoda Jenims ki public grievance committee da yaw ki basi su covid ki oxygen munnabagi Dr. Mohen noi koi ma'am discussion da kan ngang na ki matam se madai da akoina yam kanna seriously sigi poche kenoma phaina chalakadore hadana taunabadagi akogi Jenims ki director tamo Deben na aingonda personally call tawraga masi sumaina amtang semaga sumaina tawsi natadi akoi si yararoi hana haibadagi ai sana volunteer tawjaraga participate tawrakanda doctor khara mane then nurse ki mogi leader khara senior kano khara ne tawra khoi myam tawra committee seme then adu sembadagi di doctor singna nurse singna uramdaba patient party singna hospital ki mapanda leba singna phawriba khalliba uriba moina imagine tawriba idea myam do manung da amta yoromde yoromdabaduna mapan ki party singna any decision lorokwa any mob am torokanda moju kamai namadu handle tawduno khangamdreba adu ki bridging du aikoina mapan gi oiba pot sing je aikoina loina information issues mogi grievances problems moida leriba fear psychosis moida adu me habse loina collection tawra pusalaga sa systematically deliver to thora kanda di adu gi whole keno se adu matung dagi di koi Jenims ta irang thokpa problem create tawra koi gi issue je pura handa gi ba aduna this is very helpful aduna every hospitals private OBI government OBI every koi gi leriba healthcare institutions mayam se masides da mandatory public grievance address redressal koi gi cell gumba ma aidi hangdok piba tangai fade madu IMA na through conventional regulation na mo ina dum cham na mayam yanaraga hita tominara su dum yare adumaina to buduma ai yam kana ni na khale adagi di doctors na patient na ma kamaina care tawgadage haibasisu ai magna doctor haiba madu ai haibam thokte na khale ai joining de adu doctor community masena masigi oiba standard magi protocol or magi norms ama haigadra amadi ai sembiro na khale patient lakpada how do we receive them how do we speak with them kamaina wangangani kamaina mongonda case paikhat kani kamaina convince togani magi anabudo koi phajana mongonda explain togodra toroidra mongonda koi hidak thama tamda hidak the patient party na kaidongai da angau phaidong na hekta doctor da onjalaga blame to se tawroi na khalleba makoina tawrei se out of curiosity out of imagination moina khangdaba mayam du henman badagi moina khanjaba si obi ai na khanba du hekta changjalaga moigi emotional oiba anxiety so ventilate tong na mafam thirakpada adeta tainasan bane na idi logje and caring norms imasu ai thawena che thokna order thokpa natabida koi mayam sumaina amtang sig mongda standard oina tawminasi hairagadi madugi yamna nunga kanaba khudong chabum su leigani khale aduga akoigi ngasai kanona haibibada yam phajabam yawki death rate ki matang se akoi sida yamna neme hairise masi public ta khangan ba change akoina tabada di complaint gumba khabar da yaro kanda da asi bai pau ji tabani na khabar kha to yawsaladi maksai da sida boi khalan bam leyeba adu yaudaba matamda kayam hinga chakhige dudi public ta madu yohandreba aduna comparison ama tawjaba yana nabagi anbada hospital amada se sija hospital hairji mi Changwa chatruk discharge tawdana surgery aruruba discharge tawdana kidney transplant tawdana thadokra matungda amasi hairagadi public ki wakhanda Sija is doing much more better job than worse haiganeba adu asiba du dang khabar de headline de yausala agadi hingiba mayam do happy dragadi bab da Sija da koi ki kahatare mi gi paksi da sibu dong khalan ge tawre aduna these are all some kind of psychological game am sudum yawe anu public ta inform to busimadi yamaru ena khale aduna masigi death and survival rate kasi matam matam gi IMN journal natrasu through press koi ki release ta press communique tawraga tha mamge mam thado bo dum yaeng kaleba matam khara gi ne haje until and unless we build up the confidence with the public akoina confidence building measure do successfully restore tawdri phobodi adugi action do sum tawraga tawbi yai habadugi idea ne na pizeri si aduga krai chakra okay okay and lastly aina aroi badam tanga haijaning basi ekhoi gi maruina life and death anigi situation da ekhoi gi doctor sing na thengnari ba magi kenosidi magi kahata role mana thengnari ba problems issues mangonda laiba psychological impact masidi ekhoi punamagna masidi ekhoi acknowledge tawi aduga masi ekhoi na irai laina doctor da hekta ekhoi na blame tabusu yabam thokte aduga law enforcing agency sing na su hoji haibiri duni aidi ekhoi circle da doctor ji immune oibra bo hangamine ekhoi gi law na any FIR khan mi na complaint toroga hekta phabasi immune oibra oira phok phei but oiba haisida oiba haibisi immune oihelle haraga immune oira ba doctor amana logadaba responsibilities double time hengalakane ba adugi hengat pagi part da su doctor singna lobi gadaba role du su fajana lobiu doctor amada kanagu mamatana ekhoi advice tongning ba kanamta leiroi aina urakpada angang oring edadi doctor na yumda home visit torok matamda yumda koi sangom sudak thaktabado doctor laadi koi sangom putho inne adu hojiki matamdadi diet su hongbugi report se dum phangi aduna masi uma mayam se koi khara we need to rebuild ekhoi gi hanagi leramba doctor singi magi reputations magi dignity then magi professional magi leisure standard and magi status to the ekhoi miyam changdana thangalaga thamdaba yaroi doctor singna demoralize togragadi ekhoi gi society sina unimaginable ekhoi gi kahatare situation namada yamna laibak thiba misi mina anaba laing binaba leitaba mi asiba masing hengalakpa adumba yamna nungaitaba phibam amada lakani after all Manipur gi doctor singsi north east da yengadi one of the finest ekhoi kanoni thangnaba leibak singsida kitang lok lai haudegi kitang hena akan ma na abam lak matamda either they come to Imphal or they go to Guwahati and other states of India aduna hariba pochida yenga kanda ekhoi mayam changdana kamdong na semdokadage have the future ekhoi discourse da su ekhoi dum participate tawjage aduga hariba singsida punna muk heng technical session nama phaminaraga discuss tawbuda su dum ai angamba contribute tawjage haraga tenjin jage thank you
Mr. Kuraija Matauba koigi series of confidence building measures suggest to be bagi aduga the society that we are ngai koi mamangi leibiriba panelists mayamna su takpigre that the society is in decay, the system is in failure. See akoi loinamak almost akoi panelists tarukki manungda mari na haiba matamda all of them touched on the point that our system is in failure, our society is in decay, and doctors are part of that society. Akoi doctors si leiriba Manipur gi pumdharaiba society sigi part amani akoi ji tonganba society dugi tonganba top pa society da yaudaba part na teb aduna mayamna chatnariba lamchat mayamna ngangnariba wangang mayamna taunariba bebhar thogalon masi akoi doctor sisu we are being sort of akoi gi society sina akoi the prime tawre and we are also inspired or so of akoi the society sina sum thengaga akoida influence tore. Adana, we are a part of the society that you all are talking about, and we are a part of the system which we are failure. Ada sigi system failure se akoi kamain toraga halt toksige. Ngasai gi atho wana yamna vividly takpiri, but why the JAC flourish because the system is failed, because the law enforcing mechanism is not happening properly. Tawgadabu mathaw toraktre habaneba. A judiciary na masi law piraktre kenosi adagi police na enforce toraktre, and hence si mayam si tore. Ada I next sir khaidem mani da lakchening si.
Just 1 minute, Dr. James, if I may just rebut. I'm sorry, sir. In fact, I just thought I'll supplement a few points. Dr. James Suhairiba. Sometimes akwai service to the when there is something when there's a shortage of good delivery of services, especially akwai police su ang sai thobun su haira hujikta Dr. James su palle. Hairiba kaino su sigumala akanda. We are pulled up and to ensure that we function better. We are told to have a committee to form a certain standard operating procedures. Any organization so once a set of standard operating procedures is formed, these are the things that are passed on to us so that we endeavor to follow that, so that those things don't happen again, so that the service delivery is more efficient. Perhaps even with the medical fraternity also, maybe a certain standard or ethics kind of the mind ama same aga follow to su phabra. It's just my opinion.
Okay, thank you sir for your suggestion. I sir khaide mani da lakchening si ada sigi akoigi law delivery system adagi masigi notoriba mayam JAC laiba si problem society da laiba keno mayam si sir, how do we enhance our judiciary system to deliver speedy decisions? Aduga akoigi masigi keno si tackle tongnaba kari keno leige devices leige sir madu kitang takpiramu sir.
Thank you. Yamna phajaba sensitization ki program si yamna ihan han bamukta da thagat ningi machu phajana sinbi ba. Auje lady bachi Dr. Archana Sharma namana pauje lama piye masi darapsu yabani sibi ki muhta suicide ta hui muhta hingaga fight ta hui yabado mana sacrifice sama tauriyaba. System is total failure. Our system has been total failure. Maramaduna, aina siri bacha system sina aipungak pangamaroi. System sina aipukan pangamaroi. Aduna aidi challe nungi kita mukta haivanaba mana taurips. Adudeki di mana message am chupire karana pire. Stop harassment. Stop harassing doctors for their no fault. Mohiki marali tabada Dr. Hatpa, Dr. the harassment tabasi lepu. Haibasi mana message p. Aduga mana system si challenge the way up. The system si yararoi. Haidana. Mepung pabaya. Adudagi reasonable restriction libadona paba yadaba mayamam suli officer ma police officer ma magi official duty touring da mana kitang hendo yanin tawgiba adui damta ma afar lokhalaga paba yabanate MLA ma legislature ma oina lambi de sum chatpada ma paba yabanate magi cognizable offense ma tauri haidana munda charge toksilaga hekta phaba yabanate adu maina doctor singh chu negligence oire haina ma je hekta phaba yadeba sigidi yam toina haina sai bablu go mam na so hai gare supreme court na su yade supreme court na haidrep su medical negligence leire haibase thana de ko kanu de far toriba du da convince to bam changya medical negligence leire haibase medical negligence samna harda mi hat le haibase da mi hat pe ki thok thok tar ga di pha ba ya de na kare jano ma mi hat pe ni mi de krai hali de mi di hat ya adu di ya de ba mi hat le har kanda mi hat pe ki case adu ka mari le na no pha du ri me adu negligence leire haibase negligence leire haibase ma ki prima facie ma leire kanda expert sing na har ga to ga dam ne for example Manipur Human Rights Commission da RIMS kisu aduga Jenims kisu medical negligence leire ne kes manga taruk lai aje pau pending lady ada lady be sing che mother aina hekta human right violate tore na ana ban thi jana yeng dre hai dana aina loction me ya dia ba aduna director concern da report kaure sumain tori ba se chumra adu medical negligence lei leite hai be do expert ki panel mana machi semaga report piru expert panel na pire si leite si wat pegine sini adu di ada Rajasthan ki police tuna kramai to no adu ai haning dre mi na trabra adu ga some political influence sagi BJP ge gunda adu du ana khara palli dana adu ki toriba mayam du ki influence ta marak sida paisa tan na bigi koi sida su sometimes tawi ko koi sida na pick na hai tai koi ge sa haina lip do Joint Action Committee against the brutal killing of Mr. So-and-so. Joint Action Committee against the rape of so-and-so. Si toraga mayam toriba. Hoji thoi ba sing che mob violence ne ba. Mob violence amaronda mob justice. Mob ki oiba justice. Mob ki justice ya de na lo de de. Adu mob ki oiba kangbu na to justice. Adu ngakta ne ba adu ki problem ne ba adu ki victim ne ba. Doctor Singda healthcare provider Singda institution Singda la ibise masa haini gitu maina ahen ba mana te ba mi yama phagare mayam na phaning dana phagare adu thado ana joint action committee madi manali jadabni ma phawai na ko ta thomjil lidana thana da thomjil lidana adigi mi ma puthorok pada rapist ni haiba ma puthorok pada ekta komsil lidana ko na thado oidaba aduga remand tawgi geta potu eta wa to buse ekoi gi sita channa bim oire because ege mota ekoi the whole system ekoi gi constitution da preamble da we the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Haibasida secular, socialist, haibasa. Quite a favor administration, amanaba, right to life, right to equality. Equality, haibasa, socialist, samasiki manunda, Marx na karina potorakani. Madu Nehru na concept in abadigi. Socialistic pattern of society haina lauba pola socialist haining daba machanu pina Indira Gandhi na socialist mak haigedamani aidana preamble da sovereign socialist secular republic and hayaba aduna aduge hairi ba secular do agoi sida oideba koi socialist state amani China gumba Cuba gumba adegi tete German gumba adu mi lepak aman hairim ne ba koiche mana preamble da socialist che number 1 2 da sovereign ge hek thangna le ramina adu actually socialist ke pomon ona taina ba capitalist society capitalist democracy amagi mong da la idana aduna akoi ge system che akoi ge political system che masi hongdragadi Hujil lady was system sidati Yaro eba. Amana traka amada tawani Pangangi yen yon madom makulama melga som da muhoni som da muhoni kana kumana nupi singna crime against women haini crime against women mekanuli education system ge harakani are corruption ge harakani loina magasida bomo ho bapot ama oire aba adugi khwadi ki failure si karino agogi political system agogi electoral system se asi fail waya aduna electoral system sida festival of corruption phong na pesayen bagi pesalo bagi adugum bagi niyom niti du da dum chathadna leiba adugum bagi capitalist democracy asida khoina leiragadi masi yaroya adu hai chide aine ta hongan bangam gadra ngamoy it will take a long time constitution no kadorimni leiriba system sida pass the post hain leiriba akhoi mi da bot thadanari base ideology da thadanaba mi da bot thadabana taba proportional electoral system adugi mongdu la kanda akhoi mi oigene aba adugi phibum du da la kanda yane ba adudi akhoi kharana heta tawba ya ba chunate mase matam na purakpam su changi sum matam na sum ilak pa tam na aina he tong ni thawak che tongam da ba tam na asum purakpam su changi ana adu maina leiba maraga sida sigi system sida koi hing da bdi ade si system sigi manung de hing da rim si system sigi manung da medical profession to do rim ni adi tongan ba mam si to do ni adu kamai tongni haiba sida na ba asida di koi bahap tamina ba sensitization se aduna adu tawdragadi prajaga people ga doctor ga lainagadaba mari asige good relationship amasagat na ba hona ba through awareness police public relationship police ki chu hek tawidana sumaina haiba anise police ki su maunda piri ba sakti mipa mipungi investigation si discretionary piri section 41 of the CRPC adu phaning ba me ta phaba ya bra adu tawba yauri ya ba maramdi mathakta ki pressure na freedom of speech and expression asida phabam thoktaba mi phaba yauri ya ba kesama ni angonda thengnaba degini ko kesama de police ta compensation pi na hai khare adum haidok pa yare chief secretary da ta khare kodam moina langthawal lokon da quarantine center phamung chamegi sabagi mahutta koirengai da sabiyu haina suggest toba khabar da adu idu police na nungdang phajile mana case tare ai right mange ai bu groundlessly arrest obire illegal arrest ore kali torubagi ai statement ama tho ubagi adai de maraga da police ta report ko dana khotana torengai sida amuk mana high court ta ai phabun thoktabani aduna ai ki case chu quas to biu ai high court na quas kok tok thore police ki abuse and access ni na haire adai dia muk thar ai compensation pen biu high court na subhana bo haire har kan du di ai thok du ai na mu mai se illegal arrest oibra oidabra se ai inquiry to gudam du tawdr su yare mun da high court na hairam ni na adora di Mr. Chief Secretary DGP adura Home Special Secretary nuaina uje hairiba angang ani phajaton haibisiga angang amaga ani sida maram chadana pharu bagi interim award oina interim relief oina section 18 Protection of Human Rights Act piba power ki matungina lupa lising tara thami munung da compensate to haibiga sadi police na mi phaba ngami ado ngami dana hekta hajalaga phaba yabra meeting ama protest meeting ama sele haidrak ki kada idana du di pura haibi yadri case pending ni ꯑꯗꯩꯗ ꯀꯧꯔꯒ ꯐꯥꯔꯒ UNLFꯀꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯅꯤ overground workerꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯩ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯉꯛꯑꯦ ꯍꯩꯁ where is the overground member ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯂꯩꯕꯖꯥꯠꯂꯥ undergroundꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯃꯤꯇꯤꯡ ꯑꯃꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯑꯄꯤꯜ ꯇꯧꯔꯕꯅꯤ 10 ꯗꯤꯁꯦꯝꯕꯔꯗ undergroundꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ overground member ꯂꯩꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯍꯥꯏꯌꯨꯅ ꯂꯩꯇꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ overground memberꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯕꯗꯤ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯀꯔꯤꯅꯣ ꯃꯥ nexus ꯂꯩꯕꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯠ ꯈꯔ ꯂꯩꯐꯝ ꯊꯣꯛꯏꯗꯅꯀꯣ ꯂꯩꯐꯝ ꯊꯣꯛꯄꯗꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯗ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯌꯥꯎꯗ꯭ꯔꯕꯗꯤ groundlessly arrest ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯦ ꯃꯥ investigation ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯇꯧꯖꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ trial court ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯊꯥꯒꯠꯄ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯃꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯌꯦꯠꯂꯨꯗꯧ ꯅꯠꯇꯦ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯏꯊꯧꯗꯤ human right violate ꯇꯧꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯃꯤ ꯐꯥꯕꯗ ꯆꯨꯝꯅ ꯐꯥꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ cognizable offense ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯅ ꯍꯦꯛꯇ ꯐꯥꯖꯤꯟꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯆꯤꯡꯅꯔꯒꯁꯨ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯆꯥꯅ ꯆꯤꯡꯅꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯌꯦꯡꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯆꯪꯕ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯗ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯗꯦꯕ ꯇꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯈꯪꯃꯤꯟꯅꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯆꯪꯉꯦꯕ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁꯅꯁꯨ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯅꯤꯡ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯅꯍꯥꯟꯁꯨ ꯑꯩ ꯕꯤꯁꯦꯟꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯆꯠꯂꯤ ꯕꯤꯁꯦꯟꯄꯨꯔ SPꯒꯤꯗ ꯃꯣꯏꯗ ꯚꯥꯞ ꯇꯥꯃꯤꯟꯅꯕ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯦꯗꯤꯀꯦꯜꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤ ꯚꯥꯞ ꯇꯥꯃꯤꯟꯅꯕ ꯑꯗꯩꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯉꯝꯃꯣꯏꯗꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯩꯗꯤ ꯃꯤ ꯐꯥꯕ ꯌꯥꯕꯒꯤ ꯔꯥꯏꯠ ꯑꯃ FIR ꯑꯃ ꯂꯧꯈꯠꯄ ꯌꯥꯕꯒꯤ ꯔꯥꯏꯠ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯔꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯠ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯍꯦꯛꯇ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯕ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯁꯥꯖꯤꯟꯕ ꯃꯊꯛꯇꯒꯤ ꯏꯟꯐ꯭ꯂꯨꯌꯦꯟꯁ ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯦ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯈꯔ ꯂꯩꯌꯦ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯛꯄꯅꯤ ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯁꯇꯔ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯛꯄꯅꯦꯁꯦ ꯈꯪꯕ ꯑꯗ ꯑꯩ ꯈꯔꯁꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯒꯟꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯍꯦꯛꯇ ꯍꯥꯏꯒꯦ ꯇꯧꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯂꯩꯌꯦꯕ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁꯁꯤꯡꯗꯁꯨ SPꯁꯤꯡ ꯀꯔꯤꯁꯤꯡꯗ ꯇꯥꯈꯠꯄꯗ ꯅꯪ ꯃꯊꯛꯇꯒꯤ ꯇꯧꯔꯝꯒꯅꯤꯅ ꯑꯁ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯄꯅꯤꯅꯦ ꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯇꯧꯔꯣꯏꯗꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯃꯊꯛꯇꯒꯤ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯄ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯊꯛꯇꯒꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯦꯁꯔ ꯄꯤꯗꯅ ꯐꯥꯖꯤꯜꯂꯦ ꯑꯗ ꯐꯥꯖꯤꯜꯂꯗꯤ ꯍꯌꯦꯡ ꯗꯁꯥ ꯇꯥꯔꯅꯤ ꯁꯨꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯝ ꯀꯣꯔꯠꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯅꯣꯡꯃꯩ ꯐꯦꯛ ꯑꯦꯟꯀꯥꯎꯟꯇꯔꯒꯤ ꯅꯣꯡꯃꯩ ꯀꯥꯞꯄꯁꯤ DSPꯗꯨꯅ SPꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯣꯔꯗꯔ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯄꯗꯒꯤ ꯀꯥꯞꯄꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯀꯟꯁꯇꯦꯕꯜ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯝꯕ ꯅꯨꯄꯥ ꯑꯃ ꯕꯔꯒꯤꯁꯒꯤ ꯀꯦꯁꯇ ꯀꯦꯔꯂꯥꯒꯤ ꯑꯗꯩꯗ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯀꯣꯔꯠꯇ ꯑꯦꯐꯤꯗꯥꯚꯤꯠ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯑꯦ ꯑꯩꯗꯤ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯨꯗ ꯁꯥꯔꯗꯨꯅ SP ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯤꯉꯩꯗ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯑꯣꯔꯗꯔ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯄꯗꯒꯤ ꯀꯥꯞꯄꯅꯤ ꯇꯣ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯀꯣꯟꯅ ꯗꯁꯥ ꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯂꯥꯏꯐ ꯏꯝꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯖꯟꯃꯦꯟ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯕꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯔꯥꯏꯠꯁꯦ ꯃꯔꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯥꯛꯏꯗꯤ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁꯃꯦꯟ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁꯃꯦꯟ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯇꯧꯒꯗꯕ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯊꯧ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯔꯥꯏꯠꯁꯦ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯈꯪꯕ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯂꯩꯌꯦꯕ ꯗꯥꯛꯇꯔ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯇꯧꯒꯗꯕ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯔꯥꯏꯠꯁꯦ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯈꯪꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯑꯣꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯍꯛꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍ꯭ꯌꯨꯃꯦꯟ ꯔꯥꯏꯠꯇ ꯂꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯤꯒ ꯅꯠꯇꯦ ꯃꯤꯑꯣꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯍꯛꯁꯦ ꯏꯁꯥꯒꯤ ꯍꯛꯁꯦ ꯏꯁꯥꯅ ꯈꯪꯉꯕ ꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯑꯩ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯆꯥꯎꯈꯠꯄ ꯄꯔꯁꯣꯅꯦꯂꯤꯇꯤ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯤ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯉꯝꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕ in order to become a full development human being ama mapung phage harabadi aina aigi right che khangba adu enjoy tawba exercise tawba kira laibada ai chak chaning erde aina silraga chagadam nidra hotel dagi lawraga chani yumda chak thongalaga chani sum ningdana sum lairedi yaro aduna individual mipong khudimokche achaubasu machasu loinamagase aina pangthokningiba thabakse mase pangthokke haina khanba pangthoknaba khanba aduga pangthoknigi damukta suicide tawdaino mabudi tawgre pemacha archana sibudi archana gidi mai wakallo nama samasida ai paujel ama kano piramge haidana masasi sacrifice tawjahrabani adunani supreme sacrifice harisi we appreciate magi sacrifice aduni sacrifice tawbadugi mohta amu onana hingdo oga hinga tawba yadraba hinga policing dugi aranba tawriba kholiba mayamdu lo korta pukatana ade kana le pukatana dugi chap chaba magi right mangiba mayamdo madugi thongna lena thengnaba ma changyaba adu changbado ainga chahaiduni ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯁꯇꯦꯝꯁꯤꯅ ꯏꯔꯥꯏ ꯂꯥꯏꯅ ꯌꯥꯍꯜꯂꯣꯏꯕ ꯁꯤꯁꯇꯦꯝꯁꯤꯅ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯖꯨꯗꯤꯁꯤꯌꯥꯔꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯣꯀꯣ ꯑꯦꯖꯨꯀꯦꯇꯤꯚ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯣ ꯂꯦꯖꯤꯁꯂꯦꯆꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯣ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯆꯪꯉꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯆꯪꯕ ꯄꯩꯁꯥ ꯆꯪꯉꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯣb ꯚꯥꯏꯑꯣꯂꯦꯟꯁꯇ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯁꯦ ꯃꯣb ꯚꯥꯏꯑꯣꯂꯦꯟꯁꯇ ꯑꯣꯟꯊꯣꯛꯑꯒ ꯖꯣꯏꯟ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯟ ꯀꯃꯤꯇꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯆꯠꯂꯦꯕꯁꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯁꯦ magi grievance tu pinana ba lambi lera ba adu bhabu yade ba se samna de pramana ma rims ke medical ki satra ma hospital akanoda hostel da si entoi adaida ma mama sorok ta laure ada police ki report ko le kananom na tharak pati ki report tu de lamai tara mu torga mai nungsina ba amaga adu ki haiba mayam ma ning ma thung de bi wa ga so mayam le re ko le si da je si ki kang mu sina dum laung le re adaina ma se asina su Minister da chumma pio, Minister na chumma pigadra. Kanada nang wakala gaya ba. Suicide to dana si haidana police na haidi bado madu lali haidanang Kanada wakale. Kanam tero wakate. Adu sorokta sumlaung leiba. Sorokta lauraga pangoi. Sorokta joint action committee na judicial inquiry to biu. Ha adu degi adu to biu. Hai bedu lau bedu kanaroi. Hojikti judicial inquiry digi henba permanent inquiry lere Human Rights Commission lere inquiry tongna bagi damukta aduna masida noi si chingnei police na si tobani masi chingnei doctor na si tobani hospital gi kanu gi authority na hostel gi authority na si tobani hairga noi gi kinching chu yauro moi gi kinchu yauro sarkar gi kinchu yauro ni mai palaga inquiry wena tawrisina launa si hai de mutanda si jabai maram na sini si jabai maram na sini ana hai kanjida sam na dum so moto lo khat bi ya brai adu di yara roi ain tu hoji ki sum tok lai ren se achum mu phang dre ba to aduna aina khoi ki khunai si da sorok ta sum lau dan lai bi mu ta hoi te man rai commission line le re irai lai na ticket nap ta na wakat pa dum ya re ha tolo phang de di ha lambi sem de di du tau de da tau de si rims roche aina chaman bani dana chip engineer da si lambi da chaya ma khare han gre rims roche ma si sem da dana khoi ge rai chi mangal le kana no gentleman am tharap ka di chip engineer da notice thok to re tha pha de seme na photo ka to ya ai chat le yang kan sem du tau de even police ki bhau ba अखोई क्लेश आइप्सी पुलिस की भावबा पुलिस पर्सनल सिंगी लुपा मे स्पेशलिसिंग अमा ओइरमे अदो मोरे देगे आइना चाय अनि गे मंगदा मोरे पुलिस की दद चतपदुदा अमममदनी सीआरपीएफ न लिसिंग अनि नि फंगी आइना हाईवे देगे मदु डीजीपी का होम सेक्रेटरी दा अदु एक्शन लौनबे इबेदेगे होजिकति अनि नि फंगे हाय तो अदुना अखोई खुदिमक से अखोई की राइट खंगब कांदा पुनमक से फगदबनी अदु लोसलकपदा खरा मपतसु खरा हायरे जिकी सिगी मयाम से से अथोबनसु हायगिबा अखोई से बाहब तामिनाब म चंगी डॉक्टर सिंगी मरक्तसु कनाउम्बा मागी डॉक्टर रेची यामना खंगबा हायबा लायलसु अवांगबा थाकता तमकपनिना अखोई की मिचम प्रजागा लोइनबदा हायतबसु समटाइम्स यावगनी अदुना ह्यूमन प्रॉब्लम नी मीगे की मरक्ता लोइनबा अदुगुम्बा ट्रेनिंग तौनबदे अखोई सिददे लेतरेको पब्लिक स्पीकिंग स्कूल गुम्बदी इंडिया दे लेतेबा अमेरिका गुम्बा ब्रिटेन गुम्बदा ले हाउ टू डील विद पब्लिक सिगुम्बा गासिसु याम दरकार लेबा अदुना अदुगुम्बा मयाम सिसु डॉक्टर सिंगे मरक्ता तानरेरगा नाबा सिंबु निथि जना भापु ताना हलदी से अरोबे प्रमाणम तंग पिजगे डॉक्टर मोतीलाल अनले रंबदो राजगीदुदा चैतरनि पांगी ममंगदनि अखोई इनेमा मकोक्ता थेना सोकपा असी माना कुपना तानाबसिद माना हायबा तंखायमा ऑपरेशन तौरगा माय पाकपा तंखायमा माय पाकतबा तंखायमा अनिसि लेना याम सेंगना अदगी ऑपरेशन दो तौद्रगदी मीदी ओइररोय अदम कनो ब्रेन क्रैक चतना अदुम लेरनेबा मी नतबदो अदोदि करमै तौनी हारकांदा फरे यंगबिरो हायंग कांदा नोंनिनी हंगमी अदुगा अदुम सियाबतो I'm satisfied ओयाबा माना हाना नोय हाइदोकपनिना सी बता तंखायमा हिंबदा तंखायमा अदो हिंबा तारगदी कनोदि मीदि ओइररोय अदम मतोमरम खंगदबिदो अदो ओइरनी ना हायना फजना ज्ञान ताहलकांदा ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯔꯣ ꯌꯥꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔ ꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯇꯧꯋꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯁꯦꯇꯤꯁꯐꯥꯏꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯌꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯅꯠꯇꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯑꯣꯡꯗꯨꯗ ꯀꯔꯤꯝꯇ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯤꯗ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯃꯑꯣꯡ ꯇꯥꯗꯕ ꯄꯣꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯦꯗꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯏꯃꯥꯁꯤꯅ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯟ ꯃꯦꯗꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯑꯦꯁꯣꯁꯤꯌꯦꯁꯟꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯥꯟꯁꯅ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯁꯤꯟꯕꯤꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯑꯦꯋꯦꯔꯅꯦꯁ education pínanaba ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯅꯥꯕꯁꯤꯡꯒ ꯄꯦꯁꯦꯟꯠꯒ ꯗꯥꯛꯇꯔꯒ ꯂꯩꯅꯕ ꯃꯔꯤꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯀ꯭ꯂꯥꯁ ꯇꯧꯅꯕ ꯈꯣꯠꯅꯕ ꯈꯔ ꯃꯔꯨꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯏꯃꯥ ꯑꯣꯔꯒꯅꯥꯏꯖꯦꯁꯟꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯈꯔ ꯁꯤꯟꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯚꯤꯜ ꯁꯣꯁꯥꯏꯇꯤ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯂꯩꯕꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯃꯊꯧꯕꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯌꯥꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯍ꯭ꯌꯨꯃꯦꯟ ꯔꯥꯏꯠꯀꯤꯗ ꯕꯕ꯭ꯂꯨ ꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯕꯤꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯃꯇꯦꯡ ꯄꯥꯡꯖꯒꯦ ꯋꯥꯐꯝ ꯈꯔꯁꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒ ꯁ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯗ ꯁꯨꯝ ꯇꯦꯟꯁꯤꯟꯖꯔꯦ ꯊꯦꯡꯛ ꯌꯨ
Thank you so much, sir. Pau faunadaba pau si kamaina fauna hangadagari si ekoi sir Khaidemani amasung Kuraijam athaubana takpikre ai matung tabada lakchagadoi si koi sir ibungo chaubi koi media gi represent tobiriba akoi gi pau si happy bamatamda akoi gi kanoma incident ama thokpa adagi kind of problem ama thokko matamda akoina ujari si bite yamna phong saba adagi yamna TRP wanggadoba adugumbada oina yengaga habibra natragana for example patient ama leigidre aina operation tawuda natraga kainom tawuda leigidre hairaga patient ki version du khaktang oina habibra natragana akoi ngasai athoba na haibigi ba dumaina doctor dugi side amasung hospital dugi side si ayamba matamda akoina thengnajarakpada masi haptabana oina ayamba akoi ujei ada da masi akoigi khubak ani khuraga akoigi makhon thoi haiba dumaina atoppa khubak sigi side tagi pausi lobidaba oina ayamba akoi ujeri si masigi kano si system ji kamain toraga hongdon jige sarangta kitang takpiyo.
Thank you, James. Lengshin biriba channel panel jawi riba singa made lengshin biriba punamo. Media as a whole, yamna transformation namal I handak marak se in the last couple of decades. Hujik haibaduni news some na newspaper natraga media amana haibaze pau piba ama mod piba ama haibani. Aduda media gi se hujik si anybody who has a smartphone has become a reporter. Hojiki challenging situation say kanagumba mana smartphone paiba matamda forget about regular ngasiga ayukta aigi yumda lakadaba newspapers mayam natraga all India radio da tagadaba pau natraga television da yengadaba tagadaba ugadaba mayam ji laktringai da hojiki scenario se any smartphone paiba amada ITC develop torkogi matungna paujulana modam ure hojiki media gi challenge health ki issue da hojik very recently aisu handak workshop ama yaujarui masigi matang da kogi senior journalist sing ahalaman sing na haibada laribasi issue is global a global issue ni aduga yargi makai di journalist sing natraga media natraga concern nangnariba mayam thengnariba se health sector lari mayam sina ek locally hai agoigi environment that thing global ek local haiba mayam haibada maina handaki COVID-19 pandemic sigi matungda ekoisu handak media gi amuk rethinking tabo matamda health asu think global but ek local haiba ma ado taragadi concerned parties whether it is media or the health workers silari mayam si punamak si I think there is time koi muk khana bagi matam ma lakpra haibadugi challenging issue um leire nan se koi gi telecast from his mobile while going towards the casualty department, casualty of RIMS go. Doctor do yogdringa da dum attend to udre haina already matam already magi live to kakre but to the viewer da di magi pauduna casualty gi lari ba department jo mi su leitre doctor su leite haibagi wrong information ma pire haibadi hojiki doctor singna face toriba achauba challenge haib tare haidi everybody who has a smartphone he thinks he is the best reporter, he is the best journalist aduni hojik leiriuse aduga hojik doctor nangbi kimdu chumme media gi magi basic ethics ta karigumba pau ama piba matamda side ani pigadabane haibase it is very paramount magi side ani gi version pigadabane haibase like tambada abc da dum journalism da yaurabane haibadi ama logudabane haibase yengbada marak marakta newspapers mayamda koina ayukta pulap akoigi press club ta yengbada yes karigumba hospital amada issue ma thokibada yauramdabasu yaurambasu yawe mayamna yengi ye yamna yengi bisina yauroktabadu henna ngasagi hospital ki version doctor ki version du yauroktabadu dum yengi hojiki concern se aina sum khanjabada I have a habit of calling my seniors when something comes up ngarang se doctor na phone tawbirak padang sigi panel lama yauni haibasida Rajasthan gi doctor gi incident se not only in Manipur India da te akoigi globally doctor mayam gi achoba concern ne hoje akoigi human rights ki akoigi lingsin bidiba damu kaide manina haigiba I have a greater challenge in life that I have to save more people haibagi wakhando akoigi senior journalist in the kume haibadi karigumba hospital lama da thodok thokpa matamda patient amagi party amana makoida affected amoina lakpa matamda hospital la akaiba thonba natraga doctor da nungaitaba pohanba se aina sum khanbada in general Manipur gi public natraga akoigi general public na 90% I think we empathize and sympathize with the hospital and doctors but general feeling amadidum lay haibadi doctor na masi intent ama yauramoi haibase everybody knows ngasaki saurupagi ngaki nungaitabagi emotive temperament ama ngaki lakpadugi reaction oiramgani aduga kanagumba doctor amana traga hospital amada akoigi criminal amana yengbadudi sungyeng yengoi haibase I think that is in the heart and minds of every right thinking person even common man amada sum khanbraina khalle aigi motade and from the editorial point of view akoi nahandi haijagre sigi incidents they says the doctor singdal liba pressure mayamasi yamna kalle aduga profession to the labadu akoina khanbada doctor si magi nongmada laiba patient si kun kuntra yankai laiba se marak marakta doctors are also human being magi saubagi nungaitabagi haraubagi phungdokpagi su doctors su right lay haibadi patient ama yamna irritating oirakpa matamda doctors also have a right to say nang haktang tumilayu shut up haibadu doctor na chairi and saubadu yauramasu I think even doctors have a right and privilege adu bhabu khoi dum khalle adu nang sai bablu nang sai point ama pankibado in general hojiksi every single educational institution se akoi adum akoi industry amoina ure hojik akoi han primary education primary health and hainarambase akoigi country am leitaragadi health natraga education pi haibase mandate ni country dugi ko adu hojikti yam sengna haire privatization su haire aduga every single educational institution today aduga motive besides providing education industry on thok paibase it is akoigi chanabi am su oire aduga why not earn money from these institutions and similarly health providers na industry on thok so I think there is no crime earning money is no crime haibadi aina pisa tanjabada kasu aina maduda crime natte akoigi industry on ubada natraga hospital ama run torga aina progress tawbada I think it is very legal adubu public na kari expect tawge haibado I think ujikti amna professionalized oirabanina counselor mayam leiba hospital amagi PR leiba I think ngasai aina sum haigibada sum aina aisu hayang editorial content haigena khalame of all the professions PR quite a high base ID doctor Raina Khalle akoigi practitioners because the kind of people they meet every day ID nong man moina unari ba mi mayam se variety of people koi doctor na unari ba se adubu normal person amana madu unabada handle the wanga moida I think they are God gifted magi chahi mari manga MBBS torokpa adagi higher studies amuk torokpa patient mayam amu unarakpa and particularly ngasagi akoigi anogi social activist mayamgisu amuksu yamutang editorial point of view dagi hajaramge Manipur almost 50 years 5 decades there is a series of transformation in our social movement si lakai amadadi hana ahal namana haktang noi tumilayu haibada akoi phawba tumilerame there was a time kai ahal mayamna ngai ko noi ngaktung tumilo haibada koi lonamak ki na hangoi na ikai na chalame. Then there is a time again ahalaman haiba electaba matamama group ama chalame. Insurgency gi matamda amuk akhoi law enforcing agencies mayamna kitang upper hand lebadagi common citizen da solakpadagi yamna chawba movement nama lakpadagi people ki movement amuk lakre. These are certain things that we media also see in the process of reporting sequence of the last 3.5 decades. Same sida su khoi health sector sida su laiba matam se sida chakhliba matik ki matungina kano su lai khoi gi hospitals sing lai adagi khoi gi layeng bagi lamda su yam chakhla advancement su yam leire people ki expectation su khoi leram gani aduga ngasai khoi gi tamak ade mani na hai gi ba doctor amana patient amagi party da karigumba chumnagi regular treatment natragadi karigumba life threatening oiba laina ama pura agadi. Is there a need to explain to them in detail what are the possibilities, outcomes? I think it will be a part of a professional dealing. I think Dr. Singh mana tamakpadu yaw amadra ina khalle. I would, if in case if the doctor is facing a patient magi life-threatening ailment natraga disease amanamu oragadi, whether it is a medical treatment, medicine la surgery ra haibadugi magi prolonged treatment orangudra haibadu leramgani. Hojiki Manipur gi Lady trend that the Enasum Kanbada Ihoma Sagat Pibase Sagalakpaduda Midiana so Amuk Maduda Mateng Pambamuk way. That is the fact. Mateng Pambamuk way, they could the Facebook, the WhatsApp, the group, the Yamna instantly Urabanina, me go with the Kudak the Kore, Adagi Lakpadasulaya, Mob Sagat Padasuyamna Ture, Adu Taraga the Enasum Kanbada. IT sector like IT the quick information technology the media the like basi apabada na phatta basudum pura ka lai tare kana basu yam phange se sahi amagi mamang da my akhoi yum mai chake my own family ko ai Manipur mel gi office se akhoi 1980 da hokulamba mayam du whole data bank lerambado within a span of 1 hour loin tumgi magi akhoi hardware hapaga leiba khotpado within a span of 1 hour. Adu aina yum mai akhoi yum mai chaaga office mai chaaga urakpasi mai hek chakpa hurpasi akhoi gi angang sing na ure yum mai chakpa ure ado akhoi gi konthongdagi lambi chatpana WhatsApp ta live tharaga fire brigade to akhoi na pau pidringai da thigat la kan da lae hujiki WhatsApp ki akhoi gi social media gi kanaba ma ina sum haijabani ko ai personally thokiba ma. Even before we could inform the fire brigade was alerted by the social media. Adagi police press ki group to yawa mayam nakadai da no mail office ne adagi akoi gi naunu pana mobile number su khangde amasu khangde na gai thodo oga chatlingai da yaudringai da fire brigade se lai. Haiba taragadi in some way the social media is so useful today in terms of seeking help and assistance. On the contrary, it can also be very damaging if it is a negative point of view. Aduga social media gi yamna nungaitaba negative amana good news dagi bad news in the hand travel to bad news travels much faster and it goes viral than a good news. Unfortunately, aduda aina sum khanbada if at all the medical fraternity is concerned about the IT sector or the social media gi natraga media gi trend la iba says the how to counter iba say I think yamna concerted focused discussion group amadi within the fraternity ama khanba aina khanba habit ama darkar le na khale. If at all we are going to preach practice masigi doctor mayamna akhoi gi sigi si toina thengnaragari haitagari how to handle this kari mamong da ugdagi habasisu closed door da focus group discussion amada akhoi we are going to face this on a daily basis haibado adum akhoi gi kano mayam civil society mayam na akhoi even patient mayam marak yam nungai taba mana even doctor gi mayum da fawa coffin do sumanga thamaga leibado it shocks our it pains us adi patient amana magi family do na coffin puraga doctor gi sumanga thamabado I think it was idea koida yeng badang ngamdaba khang badang ngamdaba ado khoi dum feel tawe everybody feels go adu dang sai gi maduguma mong si toina lakani na traga karma mong lakani haib targadi I think earnest appeal that the medical fraternity also should be having a focus group discussion has to how to counter. See counter amadi darkar lare kinna how to face these challenges I so ma lakdaba male. Aluga in some way akhoi gi reactive oiba nataba akhoi gi if something has happened reaching out is very important. Reaching out is very important. kitang hospital amada patient amana traga sigumba incident ama thokre hai taragadi aina sum khanbada rather than waiting for the reporters to come reporter do akoina laktring aida hospital natraga doctors concern mayam sinasu magi khangdaba mayam gi circle dagi adu aina reach out tauba ama phai hana khale haibadi ai reporter lakani hangagani haibagi mahutta akoina this is our version haina ma yawdo say rims hairaga magi medical gi sida akogi PR ama leiba natraga any hospital nei matamda we should be able to reach out aduma amsu aina zum phabraina khale se kudamon hada police ki PR su yam phai adagi hozik Manipur da whole insurgency leading the army ki PR yam phai Assam rifle ki PR yam phai police ki PR yam phai rather than the press coming to us akhoi hana pau du pihogudabane haibagi moida akhoi gi perception management ama haide communication management important uranguda ina khale so I think communication management ama hospital is ina khamada masala jarangudaba male how to send out press releases or how to reach out to the media haibama and I think from this very gathering the fraternity can be in touch with both the parties adum sum tarka le ina khale anyway agi wakhandadi Manipur gi praja sing sijo khoi su reporting sum mathang lakpada emotion na yamna hen basisu adum yam toina thengnai emotion na helagadi I think yamna logical oiba explanation leraga su inthagadaba mande haidi mob lakpa haibase it is very difficult to control even police fawu yam waramgadaba male mob haibase mi tara dang lakpada yam waramgadaba male aduna I think hospital gumbadadi amoina waramgadra isunu khalle adog at this point of time hojiki yamna naha oiba doctor ama leigidabase I think we all share the grief with the family yamzu naha oiba yam promising oiba amane khalle I hope such an incident do not happen in the face of the Ahalaman. There are three places would never like to go. The first is a police station. Police station mina adum avoid tawningi. Second is a court, and third is a hospital. Ahum sibu chatragadi you are a hadi habit wakan nungai bane habdo. Aduna problem thoning daba court channeling daba hakchang nungai daba habase. There are three places. We aduna quite important di masai hospitals in a hospital labo hek yorubudune wakan nungai daba na khalise aduna mi khudi mangna doctor ama yengbada akoi sigadaruba akoi bhawa doctor na ta paibada phagadaba male na khanbadu I think it is with every single human being aduga mi amana ngak abnormal orakpa sorokpa haibadu so I think we have to understand how to handle it almani khale doctor aduga as a reporter yes nungsin waite marak ta akoi gi mob naga hospital gumba thugaiba adadagi doctor gumba akoi gi physical harm gumba tawbase I think we feel very shocked adudi aina khanbada khabarda newspaper da asi thugai khare na ka haina hairibase I don't think the press is enjoying the press is saying that it is wrong hairibane simudi adum doctor singna ju khanbiyo mob na doctor hospital attack tawgre haise tohum thokte na hairibane it is that it should not happen in such a way tumi lei thosu ai ko aduna reporters are saying that they have caused harm to doctors and the fraternity hairibase these are things it should not happen haina adudane koina ngang singna reporter with the iribase they have attacked hairibase they are not supposed to attack me am accident thank you
Thank you very much sir for your very supportive comments waru biroe na lojai adubu aina hangjariba question de akoigi because what we are facing in our society is a collective congregation of thoughts and ideas which are put on consistently in the social media and this shapes the idea and also a sort of perception change in the society that this particular thing is happening in this particular fraternity and they are so and so adugi label to bagi pot ama lakpa akoigi say for example police ki dasu agi doctor ki dasu media ki dasu lawyer ki dasu akoi loin thengna jari se adu aina madugi du putok chabani thank you very much sir positively aina all of us in the medical fraternity should have a media cell and we should reach out to the media before they come to us. Thank you so much. I Luisan Jadringaida, can I take the liberty of welcoming only 3 comments or questions from our senior members? Someone, sir.
James, I request to be a doctor in Haizabaniko. Since we are already late by more than 1 hour, refreshments is Chatopuna Pagadra.
May I request the volunteers to kindly supply the refreshment out here on the table. Thank you, Bablu sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for a wonderful discussion, and Koigi Masigi Tauriba Suma panel discussion say Mapung Pai Aduga result oriented OI Habisima I Adam Tamjage. Thank you so much to us for deliberating so nicely. Aduga points Mayam Tambiba. Aina Karakatang point Katang Mayam Gisda in share Taujaningba Karalay Madumta point of Jogetavni in the post of president of IMA Manipur State Branch. Aina Lokachabada Mr. Athobuna Habiriba Yamna Pajana point Mayamama Thambigre Akwiji Taugadaba relationship and trust building in Matanga Si Yam Chumi. Other Mayamgi knowledge the Soina Thamjaning Masigisi Tasenadi, it is not only for Manipur, Masigisi national and international level the Sigi problems Laibnina solution Mayamsi thinner Pada India gi oina hojik lairisi Khangaibsi Angangma doctor Tamnabo Honabada social skills ingte amta York Moise like the power paraga Tumba Hoga Tringeda, Pung de Ching Hoga, Garimaning the Hapa tuition chale, Halaga school chale, school de Halaga, Garimaning the Hapa tuition chale, Halaga Chabra Chadring, Tumjale, Tumba Hoga Tring, the Pung de Ching Hoga tuition chale. Adumba Angduna social skill, Yaudana Laga, Sumba, Potsi communication skills, the gate may I say, Higadam Habsi, Silale, Kangapodagi, India government, the medical kind of things in a Tauragajik, MBBS Tamba Matamda, first 1 month say, no teaching about medical profession. It is all about skills, human skills, life skills, resistance skills, and all these things. Sigi tau se haure handak siga chahi 3rd year or ngani hojik tau se every first batch lak wasi the admission tau matung the sigi sport se chathare habisma ina mayam su khanjan indana taubni kaino da masima yamna akoina tamak matunda before that, before 3 years ago, all the doctors who have been taught how to treat patients have never had a single class on communication skills. Aduga communication have a potsima taudi taurimni doctors insi aduga skills sidi akoina tambasu yai. There are so many points which we can learn by from experts. Have a potsi khangagasu chatnaram deva hojikti taure aduga life skills mayamama tambiba haure aduna sigi simadi adom nakandagi changchan nabat tauri. Akoina lecture pointing asai hojik habi ba case gi matang sida su aina thamjaning point ti adi akoina communications yam phajana tawragadi patient ki reaction se yamna thina tawro oi habagi wafam ne thambi gi bdo yam chumme adumok se tawrni sigi case lower se Dr. Archana Sharma gi se lower se family and the husband were satisfied with the treatment. They were completely satisfied with the treatment. Moi yamna Dr. Singh na tawi budu moi na tawi man khangaga thank you and haramaga moi se body se put in. Problem is with the society which has dealt with that body. Public yum the Yorakan the lack of problem. Aduna nasai communication gap to na di natte have a problem to ise. Sini aina point tau janing ise aduna sigum se akoi sai dasu aina phane amna phajana communicate tawre aina phane am phajana patient party ga akoi Khangnare, aina phane amna patient ki matang da ngasai dashboard ta hapagi wafam tu thambi athobna adusu patient party da khaning bagi wari ama habibni adubu as ethics we are bound by the fact that we cannot disclose patient details on a public board magi privacy matters ta koina madu infringe ta bagi problem lakani aduna dashboard ta koi thokpade adudi yade adu masu aina thamjani ba adubu aina thamjani point ti aina phane am phajana communicate tawre ai gadi patient to patient party ga do loin yana dana tawra chakhre body si puhre amuk halaga ai hospital mamang da poraga thamakadra haibagi question du matang du ne mayam se ki kari responsibility no na khangding se adugi wafam ne thamding se tu sir khadamani na hojik haibagi ba point yam phajai human rights ki simba loina facility matung tabada akoi ki relation between the police and the medical fraternity as well as the public hen phagat pada yamna kodong chagane haba wafam se thamjaning. Thank you so much.
Mathagda I summarize tawjage. I medical superintendent 2006 tagi 11 ba oibsida lot of hardship I see batang se thingnare. Adu fortunately Manipur gi policing sidi huziki criminal negligence tawdrige da Supreme Court ki director se loida well versed tawdo tawi. Police was very helpful sigi aspect dadi. Aduga nungai tabada Manipur ki GSC siyam matam sida civil society singse always patient ki side lepa doru tawki. Ina thing is by Sangku Maringi 2006 that we were case gynecologist ki against all the CSO singse. Mokoi na koi already media trial tawraga doctor singse guilty when obudong tawi. Ultimately Manipur ki GSC kunimak Pupu Gandhi yakpo notal losinaki bangakta ne. Ngasi bhaugida. This is somehow koi CSO singsi career role is very difficult to comment. They quite danger amana Manipur ki non-state actors singsi. Ito strong challe moina. Yung giwayan daw na doctor dagi huge samlaura ka yenbi bara yenbi da brasi masi am taw ne thoki bani sahi taram ki mangse. 2006 11 10 11 bhau sidi Manipur ki law and order situation pattern gai sida di doctor singsi harass like anything. I do ID song doctor. Rum koi doctor sok we aro era fight to give no pamani because I had very good liaisons with the police department. I was CSO singer so he relation panam thon hol zai. Adu hojik ngasigi discourse the human rights experts sing CSO sing athuba koi kai re mani sing fazana this section to be koi bo so bida aina hain janing muna ga sai gi james na hai gi reporting to matamda spicy oiba bite put hapasu reporter sing sina atop side ki doctor gi hospital gi opinion su kitang lo na ba phone da tawra lo ra moi su makha da ho hap ke ra kai to ge kitang doctor sing gi or institute gi opinion su phongan ding si matang sima koi press meet ta kai da khana da journalist ki matang da masima angta anno reporter sing am over enthusiastic oi base doctor ge against the ibsu pa ba di dungai ba sat le ba spicy oi ba adu victim di doctor do oi aduna other side of the send su phone na ba to view na reporter sing the initiative am ka moi drive to da no su hang lo na ba so ko he do si ma ga advice to ni senior journalist sing na si har overall ai batang sira nga sigi discussion ji amna fruitful oi de ra khal sidat listen ji.
Thank you, Sir Mohan. I comment amtang ka kaujage anyone from the dais. Sir Rajan.
Hello everyone. I am Dr. Mataulebi. Sir nangasay senior ma mayam habigi baduda ize ngang bagi opportunity am tang dilaw zaning ba. Ada housing ngasi expert panelist mayam jing na lengbirak tuna mayam de habigre. Ado ngasi JSC की movement horoktriंग की matangda mamangda akoi je doctor ama natabida akoi ki common person ama oigi bagi opportunity phangja bagi moment am khatang share tawjage maroina media ga mari leinana aina class 9 10 tamingai da newspaper am khakta aina pajagi akoi ki hojik renowned gynecologist akoi ki kanghong bora charaga koi sister nursinga nongminnaraga leiringaida mama ama angang mabuk manungda koi khoi nei phange aduna maduda laigi ba ingonde impact to di am chawba impact ama laigi sir gi moral gi matangda adegi haujik ti khange mama gi mabuk manungda umbilical cord sina leisellaga siba haibaje yade haibagi pot ama su khangjare aina sigi matangda haijaningi baje common person amoina ngasi di ai adugi pot me amjing do clarify tongna tanja amadi phangjare adu ai gumba mayam ama sigumba opportunity phangdaba mi mayam ama su yauram gani haijaningi aduna media na ngasai gi sar na budi haibigre both sides party ki side tegi aduga doctor ki side tegi anima clarify tobagi darkar amadi lei habagi matangda adubu print toriba at least the regulated media unregulated oiba hojiki sar na ngasai panbigri ba mayam gi source to di ama leijagre ko aduna tabi the regulated oiba media gi side tegi tholak pa wahai wata jingjiju khajiktang chummibra lalibra habagi confirmation amatang tauraga ngasai gi haiba statement je chummi chumde habagi matang khang clarify tobiragadi hena phagadra haina so haijaningi
hello
good evening yam nungai gre mayam lengbirakna khogi kari share tawina basi ai Dr. Rajendra Singh urologist Manipur 40 years kuma practice tawjagre len na suffer tawjaba ado mayam daina hygienic bari bablu adrage oja mani khoi loin lebisida clay hoida akoi the science of probability oiba 2 plus 2 is not 4 all the time akoi the 3 ju oi manga ju oi adagi kanogi ngasai gi complication ga hai yam jo haina gre complication hai basi gi mohta negligence eta hai biba ngasai gi akoi na tawjari basi hypocrite otsida will do no harm to the patient haiba akoi gi yauri baneba sentence ma will do no harm hai baneba that we have taken oath when I became a medical graduate adum nupam na kamaina it is for granted that we will never do a harm to the patient that is I assure with great intention with all the BP ga haigat ngai tawjeri bo operation do ngasai gi general reward pai di helicopter do if that man pilot knew that he will die with him he will not have taken off the flight if I knew the patient would die like aina kidney stone ama tawringai da mana heart attack toksalaga nataga brain him it is not my fault because his BP was unstable that because of that he died adu segun tainani haraba adu mai torogadi ai khoi si penalty kauna bada nang hore ne goal do chandraba na khwang natraga noi ka ba hatokni na hairdi ma kamai tokdna how he will kick the ball like that doctor jingsi aina hygienic mari akoi we are not god oi yam thagat pi gre next to god definitely akoi da aingon da arti kat pa yaw gre one day ana badu noma wali haida doctor hayeng di doctor nai gi operation to widoi ni ai di lai to hogot pi hoin to ma gi agarbati mayumam poragal paisa ju pirami ai ming kalam ni jum loksal le ai jo mana lai ni ka hajel lam ni ko arti ga bokat khreba asugmatik regard PhD so ai khong paidra khoramba so many as doctor ai baba ji conview ko gaina adu tawjei adu da aina haining di akhoi si mayam na media na shape tawina ba to tawi natragadi many students are not opting for medical study ai student very brilliant student ko matolibi moi matam do ka si MBBS tam ge hanami hujik di ai tamjaroi ai gi youngest daughter akhoi gi sarbablu gi makhada nira ma doctor as babai tamjaroi tamu har tamge ai tamjaroi all that no, when the death comes nobody can save nobody I repeat when the death comes nobody can save to show that let the doctors carry and I don't my hands must be dangling outside the coffin to show the world that I don't take anything I go alone thank you very much with these few words
Madam Meena
ngasi se actually Sunday maram na isi chat kumjira thawak am chin bajan khalam bane but then you know Dr. Archana lagi da bagi nungai ta badi am pawi but I'm very happy today on the other hand because such type of sensitization program ai yang kuire masi tobum thoi haina sum khan baje I am state nodal officer maternal health aduna maternal health ke paijare is 2016 dai paijare ada sida ngasai feedback positive feedback am pijagre pibire ado I was just jotting down so that we can sit down with the IMA and do something which I have been thinking earlier also mayamna panel discussions ida haibirakpa yaugre aduna ai ahanbada koigi tawjariba state sida akoina tawriba pot afaba khara ju ai haijage tasingna aidi OBGY gi tamnana ba hojik sar boina haibirido especially option gynecology ki sida di angang pokpa haibsi lairu ne na mayam maiteron ja dum hainari bane ba aduna it is very unpredictable some of the complications suddenly the thorpa yawe ba aduna hujikti sai GAC form to maram na sai doctor sing am target to na ngang sing tamning de ai cha chu MBBS pa ai mama I don't want to go in for surgery or option ai tamning de hai ba any surgical kind of tamning de hai ba ngang sing se so I'm a public health this thing I the public health cha kre do su I stay nodlo in a maternal health ki pai ba sida yam nuai ta ba thodok mayam to e ba ko smile GAC sembi ba se adubo if you go in the data ngasai haibi gi bodo afaba data kharasu akoi reveal to darkar oi discussion to darkar oi praja mayam da khangan basi darkar oi yam chumbe akoi gi SRS data da akoi Manipur gumba ade northeast state except Assam natani yaude akoi gi 1 lakh se akoi chahi ma da akoi pokte bo aduna last 3 years ki da koina sum akoi isana maternal death camp okay na koi ni yeng ba aduga we have calculated maternal mortality ratio adu 39 gumba la eba yes last year koi gi because of COVID-19 kitang hengal le koi 35 gumba si maternal death se otherwise it is hovering around 12 13 20 the maximum like that aduna akoi gi da yam si banate that shows that we are working very hard aduna akoi gi da hozik there are many programs quality the base toba Ministry of Health and Family Welfare na toba laksha program gain la e says respectful maternity care gaina how do we react or how do we akoi face the patient party natra patient lakpa matam da kamai tawna with respect we should treat them haibasima phadana lakre says da even birth companion boba ngang pokuma matam da lei hen bagi ayaba pire we are also encouraging and in some of the district they have started even in the hill district Chandel and all they have started Churachandpur they have started and they have got certification also national certification award phangwa khoi the district mari le rabani there are 300 above quality questions which we have gone through with a series of kai haita ge akoi gi akoi na mathang akoi gi mogi assessment tawraga phangakpa akoi gi district hospital mari ne ba namely Churachandpur, Bishnupur, Chandel, Thoubal phangabani. So we are targeting more like Wangoi, Gumba, Senapati, Ukrul and Tamenglong. We are targeting in the next phase. So we are working very hard. Even we are taking loop with the private doctors, OBGY and radiologists. 16 of them they are contributing their work in our Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matrikpa Abhiyan 9 tang mapan tawusida they are contributing and Dr. James, Dr. Bilasini ki mom nupi adagi Dr. Suboda who is here so like this and Sir Tomba many of them are here who are volunteering without taking any money aduga on top of that the state of Manipur, we are taking up some innovation also. Miron Bisingi Kudol Haina. Like younger generation, Dr. James Kumba, especially ma di Yamchatle, far flung hill district where there is no ultrasound facility or where there is no medical doctor like Taba, Lairagas Omakatanga Laiba, Adumba Jagada, Koyam, we have gone to 19 such facilities. So high risk detector in Edora. High risk linked to district hospital, RIMS and Jenims. So we have saved many lives. It's not like that. So adung badu akoi focused over pame. The ministry have agreed also to ama akoi PMSA me gidi akoi the doctor fraternity, the nursing staff, they are there to save them. kanagumbi matana aina khanbada khangde ko there might be few percentage 0.011 gumba leiramgadra. I think most of the doctors singchina aigi patient dubu sihaningba haibasidi I khalamoidran khali after long studies of MBBS tore 5 years and then again PG tore super specialty. How can people expect that doctors will do magi patient du sihaning ba haibasidi thohlo haina I thomoina I khanjai ko mayamna su ngasai panelist mayamna takpi do aduna akoina tawjaba afaba singseng ngasai hai doctor highlight tawba masi ama darkar oi hen khali time to time. I think IMA is also now very active aduna masi koi toina tawraga praja mayam dasu masi khangan ba ma changi. Yes sidaina yam yaning ba atho bana ngasai hai giba patient ga ngasai gi patient party ga koi gi doctor gi natra nurse koi fraternity hai tare masiga interaction taubase time to time. Suppose especially for angang pokpagida I experience personal experience masidi akoina bopal tambakanda nong madam angang ni phuguma poe nungdang amada cesarean section taret kumba tawe and the next day we have to go again to attend our OPD aduna yang waba oiraga su kaidoge da intern gumba house surgeon gumba se matamduda maybe akoi HR koi khara watpa oirambasu yai Manipur gida matamduda koi se kaidau hange da akoi yenga kholaga ai senior sing thado e mapanda patient party unaruso mai amina haibase mai progresses mai leire so smai sing tawraga suddenly cd unpredictable oiba complication haido thorpo matamda kaidoge da koi hire nang bleeding khara hen tawre maybe she will go into communication d if we have enough staff I think we should try out. This will be a good thing which I really appreciate while you have just told. Sima yam yaninge da inga saigi akoigi aphaba pochi jo ko highlight to bama si yam mathok tai. Another thing is about the grievance redressal. Si yam mathok tai sima koi Manipur da yam honare koi hobadagi ko ministry na su yaraba adu sungam ngamdale but there is a 104 grievance redressal system which should be in place. Ado handak recently koi mam takmandana I think a firm has been selected. I think very soon, probably this year, it will roll out. They can give their complaint or they can ask or whatever. In the meantime, even ministry have approved another one that is about help desk. Grievance redressal is a link to Godaba. Makoina latring is the help desk in ama high caseload facility. Angang Popagi, Singse Tambayare, Haidan Moyaba, Mapi, Sima. Adagi aduna ministry na su tawrokta nate yam tawriba mayamna koina highlight to khar wat le haitare mayam da khangan ba khar wat le haitare adu ano program mayam su suman ngai lai which we are going to roll out in 5 facilities very soon wherein all the RMNCH haye ko sangna reproductive child health and adolescent ga loin yaura family planning yaura masi 100% moida all the program facilities service PU haiba adumasu laabani akogi sida aduna there are many things which we are doing for the people and I think the media personnel or even the team here can also give this message. It is all in the website also and we are also working on akogi site su smaina pullaga mayamda prajada masigi haina bagi kanose simasu tanja sisu mayamna su mating pangaga masi tawba phai haibasi mai hainingi adai amanna Sina akogi site gi akogi da mi ama siba matamda nupi ama natra nga ama siba matamda maternal and child death surveillance akogi response ki review ma at different level that is at a community level haidi siri ba imung manungi mayum da satla tawba sida issue ma lay asai community si hojikti asai chogon ba kay do mayam ni na akoi di numitare manung satlo haiba numi humni manung satlo satlandre why because Mokoina, akoi timmi ohum sat kadoneva. Wari sagadova verbal autopsy na. Ang kamain tong sat kibano music haidi ma check up tong kibra court kibra haiba wari sara adugi potugi review gi report yam phajaba ministry yamalai. Ado mi myam se chatlaga sauraga taning de chatlo kolo ka haiba su yaweba. Those type of things. Akoina satli sidi ba mi duri hingalan ba yadre. Adum talk the facilities. Akogi government facility oigera, private oigera. We have a facility review. Akogi kanomasulay ba. group team masu lay aduna sum review tore. There is a standard format which we have provided to all the facilities. Then it comes to the chief medical officer. Then it comes to the DC level. DC level si makarwale. DC level dadi mayung gi mi ani masu kauraga moji yahola meeting tawadaw neba. So aduda resolution law badu state ta ingon la ani. I'll review all of them. Then I will put up at the state task force level da. Aduna there are series of work which we also do. Pasima summa mayam si tawraga di akoy na timely su tawba tawraga di nga sagi pot sibagi kayino su akoy da jo handarakani. But lastly I want to say that there will be some debt. 100% akoy na mortality si prevent taw nga madi akoy isure oire. Adumakti oire roy. Sustainable Development Goal 2030 the achieve tawgada was say less than 70 per lakh live akoy MMR se. Aduneba akoy India gi huji ngasai 103 already achieved the Manipur gi ngasai in highway 3 years the 39 gumbala e. Aduna it's not that we can sit idle, we should try to reduce that, but zero the it will be very very difficult. Sigi message dima akoy gi prajamiyam gi kokta masimasu akoy changhan bam changba. Yes, we should have our empathy and we should be akoy na patient party patient la ko matam dadi moy ana boy la inina. We should be kind enough and we should hypocrites or to we never forget and we all will follow, of course. We are doing that also. Few sections may be there, but that is negligible, I should say. Aduga lastly, siday na haining bana karigumba incident am to a private to egera public hospital over sibana ba to egera to GSC la e. Is there any grievance redressal cell for us, for the service provider? Like we are going to create 104 for the patient. See, this is my last question to the panelists. If something can be created like that, so that the things can be fastened and help us before anything is broken in the hospital. Or thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. I non-medical oiba society public ki oina aina uzabada represent tobo oina last just a few words, maybe 1 minute or so before we close the session.
Thank you very much. Akhoi ngasigi sigumba program si akhoi general public amoina yawwa kanda yamna nungai je. Akhoi da akhoi gi ngahangai phangdaba akhoi gi knowledge mayam am phange. Ado ngasigi sigi sensitization program akhoi awareness program je akhoi maru oina je akhoi gi general public ta ju akhoi gi lekai de level da ju ai silening bagi apam badu mapoi. Habidi ngasai akhoi khana gi bakanda akhoi gi doctor ga patient ga di yanaraga body pudharaga ju akhoi gi yum yoro kanda mu lae habado madu lekai gi pressure ma yaw bagini haina ai khanjaiba madu lekai gi mi sing da person to person da akhoi gi awareness program je piraga di madu gi level du akhoi gi madu gi thoning da thoddo do akhoi gi masi akhoi gi singumba ma sin gre natraga sin ga dori habaji je akhoi gi media gi side da akhoi gi sengna harakana akhoi gi front page kumba da akhoi gi yam phajana yahonning bagi apam bam de lei maramdi akoina simba awareness am sin gre haraga am marakta kasinda newspaper gi kasinda yawoje akoi general oina pangna pagande ba ado akoi front page gum hapa gadi akoi mayam na loina mak simba awareness program gi akoi gi posak singa che akoi loina mak yawraga di akoi yamna kana gani habagi akoi thajaba lei ado simtang ta honing. Thank you
very much. Mayam punumapu loishalakpada thagachari IMA Manipur branch pu lead role lohonning bagi wafam oina tawjai president sir akoi atoba saib tamu bablu sir clay khongsai adagi akoi sir khaide mani and sir ibungo chobi they all hinted that IMA should take the lead. So with the permission of the president, probably we should go all out. That is the main confirmative positive role we got from here. The gist, I'll just highlight all the positive talks that we have come through. The first speaker, Sir Subodha, has highlighted very strongly that the lodging or the criminalization of a healthcare professional without being unfounded by an expert should not be done. And if found guilty, he or she should be prosecuted whatsoever. Akoi taung bablu loitong bamna the hinted at mobocracy, the increasing rise of system failure, and the patient-doctor relationship which we should focus more positively in the future. Our President Sarna I think right from this year onwards we had soft skill training for MBBS students. We've started from this academic. We never had those soft skill training system all throughout our 8 to 10 years of training. So hopefully things will turn the tide. Aduga kasagi akoigi expert opinion kano to bumatamda kasagi akoigi kano si defensive medicine laktana ba tam babluna panbigi bado kasagi doctor sing si complication so thankful arena that we could not see, and Sir Clay Khungsai has positively informed us that he'll be involving IMA in all other training sensitive programs which are medical related issues. And thank you, sir, for already taking a positive view towards sensitizing your police department with regards to this particular act, violence kind of prevention gi tobuto. Thank you so much, sir. Aduga ngasai kanogi sarathobagi so many implementations on confidence building measures are very positively received, and ngasai takpi kriba ethical practice and updates on how to practice and all the soft skill training with the help of the State Health Department, the MMC. I think IMA should take the role to lead through. Sir Kaidemanina Angsaigi said comment Pibiriba from the society. He also hinted that people should be sensitized. And Masigi, akoigi medical terminology, that we have something known as a continuing medical education. So I think we should also have a continuing sensitization program vis-a-vis doctors and the society. Sir, ibungo chobigi misagi aina yamna taramna ukchaba media cell formation in all the hospitals and the misagi clinics ta leheningba, and the use of the positive aspect of the media and reach out to the media fraternity. She are warmly taken and welcome. Akoina nahandagi akoigi maramda yamna akoy sibu thabak tawdrabra adagi akoy sibu krai the what padage haibagi nungnang bado ngasi laiba panelist taruk makna. They have positively built up so much positive confidence attitudes towards us. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, Lingthok Pitringaida, we would like to felicitate you with a small pot of flower.
Ngasigi panel discussion ase yamna marik chumba thoramama ohenbagi damakta panelist mayam amadi moderator bu amuka hanna thagachari makha chatharak boina akoina panelist mayam amadi moderator bu koi lengya namaga khudol pon macha amaga amuk thamjage masi ihan hana pithok pinaba aina sir tomba bu kaukhatchari. Sir Tomba, please. Managing Director and Senior IMA, Managing Director, my Pakpi Hospitals and Senior IMA member. Akoigi volunteer sing dasu kudol sing do puthokpi naba ningsing jari ahan bada Sir Tombana akoigi panelist Sri Khaidem Mani Singh da kudol tambigani. Mathangda Sar Rajen bu khudol langthokpi nabagi lingkhat pirik naba ningsingjari. Thank you, sir. Sir Rajen, sir Clay Kong Saida Kudol Tambigani. Mathangda Sir Palin, Managing Director, Caesar Hospitals and Research Institute Pu Kaukachari. Sir Palin Sri Bablu Loitong Bomda Kudol Tambigani. Mathangda Sir Nabakichor, Senior IMA member, past Head of Department of and Gynae RIMS, Sir na Sri Athaubuda Kudol Tambigani. Mathangda Sri Sir K.S. Ratan, Managing Director, Mother and Child Hospital Busu Kudol Langthopi Naba Kaukachari. Sarna Sri Ibungo Chaubi, Executive Editor, Manipur Mail Kudol Tambigani. Mathangda Akoigi IMA Manipur State Branch ki President Sir Jugindra Sorokai Bambu Sir Subodada Kudol Tambina Bakachari. Mathangda Sir Shyam Kumar Laisram Akoi IMA Manipur State Branch ki immediate past president na akoi gi ngasi gi panel discussion asigi moderator Dr. James Elangumda Kudol Tambigani. Thank you, sir. Mathangdi akoigi immediate past secretary Dr. Ngangom Arun Kumar na vote of thanks thambigani.
ngasi Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch na sinja duna pangtok kiba panel discussion on the supreme sacrifice of Dr. Archana Sharma lochile matang asida ay samak na Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch ki tarap tagi board of thanks pibigi tanjama phangmachi laibak phabani ahamba maktada tais ta lengsan duna lairiba ngasi gi panelists Mingoy na Palabada, Dr. N. Soboda, President IOGS, Sri Bablu Loitongbam, Director Human Rights Alert, Sri Khuraizam Athoba, Vice President IPSA, Sri Khaidem Mani, Chairperson Manipur Human Rights Commission, Sri Clay Khongzai, IPS, Additional Director General of Police, Government of Manipur, Amadi Sri Nong Thau Khongjam, Ibo Choba Singh, Executive Editor, Manipur Mail, na ngasigi chilaba tanja sitang hak kay thoraga ngasigi panel discussion na sida saruk yabi bigi damakta Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch ki taraptagi ngamkhay leitana thagatpa phongjari. It is indeed a matter of great honor to have a plethora of eminent panelists among us and to be part in this panel discussion. In the Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch ki Secretary gi phamsu puriba Dr. James Elambamna ngasi gi panel discussion asida marik chumna moderate to bikidamakta Indian Medical Association dagi taraptagi thagatpa phongjari. Next, I would like to thank the President of Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch, Dr. Jugindro Sorokhaibam, and his entire team of dedicated State Working Committee who has organized and made this program a grand success. Next, I would like to thank all the invitees, the members, doctors, students, CSOs who have assembled today and take part in today's panel discussion. I am thankful to the media personnel, both print and media, both print and electronics, and their team of technicians who has covered today's function. My special thanks goes to ISTV, Impact TV, Tom TV who has covered live in today's program. I'll be failing my part if I didn't thank all the viewers of today's live program. And before I end up, I just want to convey that Karigumba aina chitha badantaba leiba tarasu ngapigani. So it is, if anybody is missed out, it is unintentional. Medical profession is one of the few professions in the entire world who deliver their services under oath. And definitely, they cannot deliver quality service under duress. And I hope that today's program will give a positive impact to all of us and to the society at large. I once again thank all of you for actively participating in today's program. Long live IMA, long live IMA Manipur State Branch. Thank you.